right, and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quests Campaign 1. There's a lot of D&D podcasts out there, but you chose this one, and we are farm to table. So you heard it here first. Thank you so much for joining us in session 68. We are going to be entitling this one, Rough Patches Lead to Smooth Sailing. We're going to get right back into it. Last we left our adventurers, they were at the tavern in Bevel. They had just had a very intense conversation with Verity, and Eira had an embarrassing one with Ammar outside the tavern. And yeah, we are going to jump right back into it and join our adventurers and see what was happening while Eira was outside. So, you all sit at the table in the tavern, and Ammar and Eira had just stepped outside for the conversation. What are you talking about?
Where is my beer? Has anybody seen that floppy guy?
Perrin.
Perrin. That's
Dawn, another beer? Seriously?
Yeah, I ordered one for the entire table.
One for everyone to drink collectively? Just one big... Okay.
Eliana is kind of just like looking over at Verity, like...
Verity looks like she is in the middle of a storm brewing.
Does Lukiel notice this?
Like a good storm or a bad storm? Like
Does
a lightning
anybody
storm?
notice this?
Like,
I would say
your ship
what's
will capsize.
people's passive perceptions to see if you notice this.
17.
18.
17, 18. Your passive perception should just be on your sheet. You don't
Yeah.
have to roll for perception.
Oh, my Oh. 15.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
15. And Jax's is pretty high, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually, Jax's is 14. So Dawn and Jax tip don't really notice, but Lukiel and Eliana do notice. Verity's a little bit kind of a stern,
On
human.
edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You okay, dude? What's going on? You all right?
No, I'm not all right.
What? Why? What's going on? What?
I don't know, maybe you ambushed me and interrogated me. Not just me, but Ammar, too.
What are you talking about?
The entire conversation that just happened.
I'm not sure that I'm following.
It was a little one-sided. We all kind of piled on top of her.
Y'all literally interrogated me about my love life, about my pact. You kept asking questions that I don't know myself what I know. And on top of that too, what I'm going through with this entity is not a condition. Because at least with a condition, it can be resolved very easily. It can't happen that way.
Is anything happening with Verity right now as she's speaking about this?
Weirdly enough, no.
And on top of that too, calling me selfish and not caring about y'all's life. I very much do, Dawn. If anything happened to you, or especially you and Eira, the balance would be completely thrown off. I noticed that right after the battle with Thaylorn. And patron be damned if I have anything to say about whether or not just everything. I would give up my life to protect every single one of you. And you don't even trust me.
It's at this moment, Eira walks back into the tavern.
What did Eira hear of that? Any of it?
That they don't, that you heard Verity say that they don't trust her.
Okay.
Well, that none of you trust her.
Eira's eyes are down.
You don't think that I'm not terrified on the daily of what might happen? I mean, and Verity's gonna... Does Verity see Eira walk in?
I would think so, yeah.
Verity, hand gestures to Eira. She saw my nightmare. You saw my nightmare. I mean, what I did, if... You don't get second chances if you don't do what you are told with this thing. You've seen what happens if you don't do anything, the consequences. If I don't do something, then what happened to that family, what I did, could happen to it could happen to my mom, it could happen to Nadine. For all I know, it could happen to fucking Ammar, it could happen to any one of y'all. And they could send someone else, or for just the shits and giggles, I could be sent to do it myself. Because there are times where I have no control as much as I fight for it. But hey, I'm selfish, right?
Eira is standing there, and I think this is for the first time any of these people would have seen her. She looks and is holding herself like a small child that knows they screwed up and knows that she wants to fix it, but right now does not know how, so she's just gonna not say anything.
And I'd like to think, too, that essentially, like, Verity speaking to all of you, Verity's having to raise her volume of speech above the tavern, like, speak the people that are in this tavern and stuff like that. So her voice is kind of echoing above the noise that is in this tavern. And as she's kind of going through her words, a hush does start to fall in the tavern.
Ooh.
And it kind of fell towards the end of like the last little bit that she said.
If y'all don't trust me enough, then maybe we should think whether or not I should be staying with y'all. Not saying that we should decide this now, but maybe just give it a night. And think of it on both ends, because it's bad enough that I let my own fear overtake me, but for all of y'all, I'm just... And Verity at this moment stands up. I'll be at the Adventurers Refuge tomorrow morning. You can find me there. If not, then I guess I'll know y'all's answer. And she's gonna walk out.
Eira grabs her arm.
Verity stops.
How early will you be there?
Early morning. And she's gonna try and get out of the grass and just
Oh, she
walk
doesn't.
off.
No, it's not a hard. It's nope.
Okay. So Verity storms out of the Glistening Grotto Tavern and leaves you all at the table.
What was the name of the place she's going in the morning?
Adventurers Refuge.
Thank you.
Well, she made a good point on both sides.
Jax just says, fuck.
I know how dangerous this kind of stuff can be because I've kind of dealt with it on my own end, but I also know how scary it can be. I do think we came quite hard on her. Whew.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. But I will say, as she continued to talk, I realized that maybe I don't trust her.
I mean, I'm surprised she would be willing to give up her life for us, even though we've only known her for not even like a week, maybe 2 weeks at most. Not that long. Time is weird when you're adventuring.
I mean, we've seen what she can do in a battle. I mean, if she wanted us dead, we would be. I mean, Ammar said it himself, so.
Yeah, but she also said it. She doesn't want us dead.
Is
Right.
there an upstairs or like a balcony or something in this tavern?
I mean, it's the tavern that's like kind of embedded in the side of like the cliffside. There isn't. It's kind of just one like flat floor. There's no like upstairs or anything like that.
Is there an open window or something by a table away from the group?
Possibly.
Okay. Eira's going to go over to that.
Okay.
She said she doesn't want to hurt anybody, which I fully believe. But it's not up to her, is it?
I mean,
I suppose not.
Right.
I mean, just judging off of what we've been able to kind of, observe, could be a pretty decent, assumption to make, or, just to...
Yeah, I know. It's 5 against 1, so we'd be fine.
Eliana does not laugh at that. That is Ali G laughing at it.
Dawn does laugh at that. She laughs at that very loudly. When you say it like that, I guess, yeah, absolutely. I trust her with my life. Sure, I don't care. I trust you guys.
I guess what I've kind of learned from adventuring is there's always going to be a sort of risk. I guess she doesn't pose as much more than what we already have.
That's a good point.
So,
And I mean, if you think about it, you have undead chasing us.
yeah.
You've killed my parents and
Hello.
have other things chasing you.
You say that really casually. I'm
I have
glad you
other
guys
things
are
chasing?
getting along with that.
I'm coping with it. You have a dangerous music, so the last thing you start playing a song, next thing you know, you're going to start playing that song again and could kill any one of us. Eira
I
has
hope not.
a blood issue that could essentially cause her to magically explode on all of us. We all
Ew.
are
Well,
a danger
I don't
to
know if
each
I would
other.
say it that way. That's kind of a gruesome way to, kind of a
We're all a danger
graphic-
to each other. So at this point, what's one more?
What's one more?
What's one more?
I mean, I'm not feeling super hungry right now. I think I might call it a night.
Meanwhile, Verity, as you leave the Glistening Grotto Tavern, where do you head in this moment?
I head to the lighthouse.
Okay.
And I'd like to say, is there a hill? Is it like up on a hill, I'm guessing?
So you go through the city and you kind of head back towards the harbor. And as you head towards the harbor, you see down by the harbor, just beyond the docks, kind of sits the remnants of an old lighthouse. Vines and ivy crawling up the sides, the soft sounds of the waves crashing up against the tall rocks. The door that, as you approach, because you're walking past the harbor and you see that there's like the lighthouse as you pass by, the one that's been moved to the center of the harbor that's kind of more centralized. So you're heading off to the one that was on the edge of the town. You approach a door that is now chained, locked up. Give me a history check for me, please.
Okay. Let me. We're adding history for I cannot read. It's in alphabetical order. 18.
18. You remember a series of links in the chain that you touch. So you touch a couple of different ones, and as you do, the door like poof, like goes translucent. You can see through it. And it's permeable.
So I can see through it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know if anyone inside can see through it?
Not necessarily. You know what's happening. This isn't unfamiliar.
Verity does that, and she's like, I can do this. Maybe. Yeah. No. Yeah. I get yourself together, woman. Okay. Yeah. Well, you've already fucked up. You can't fuck up anymore. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can. Okay. And just walks through.
So as you walk through this like translucent door, the moment you step on the other side, it jumps back to solid and is like enclosed once more. The interior of the lighthouse is dusty and dark. There are some small candles kind of lit in what would be the old light fixtures that are kind of like leading up the weathered stone staircase, kind of leading to the top. Lots of caked wax kind of like hanging off of as if a bunch of candles had been lit kind of over time. But they're now a few of them lit, offering like a small soft yellow glow. Do you go upstairs?
I do.
Your boots making like the small taps as you kind of go across the stones, and it echoes kind of up the lighthouse itself. As you approach the top, these stairs open up into the kind of like glass-lined lighthouse, like light housing that used to be like hold the light mechanism. And it's now gutted and empty, but there are some benches and tables that have kind of been brought up to the top. And sitting outside, kind of leaning against the railings, looking out into the town of Bevel and the sea, is Ammar.
Verity's gonna go stand next to him.
And he notices your approach, and he turns smiling and says, I wasn't sure if you'd come to see me.
Yeah, well, I like to keep you on your feet every now and then.
Instead of sweeping me off of it.
No. I got a few dance moves still left in me.
Is everything all right?
I gave the group, I guess, sort of an ultimatum. We're all gonna decide whether or not I should be getting on that ship to Rivermire tomorrow.
Kind of nods and just kind of looks out into the coastline, and from where you're standing, this is like a very picturesque view. You can see the sea kind of far out. There's the large mountain kind of sticking up in the middle of the sea, kind of where Draklavor to be, as well as to your right, you can see like all of Bevel, like the different lights from different houses that are still open and some businesses that are potentially closing down as the hour grows later into the evening. This is a place that you've been before. You've been here many times with Ammar. And he, staring off into the sea, he says, it's crazy how we got here.
It is. Lots happened in, 6 years? 5, 6 years?
Yeah. It's crazy to think what's happened in just the last couple of weeks.
I'm sorry about your father. I don't think I ever said that.
I appreciate it. It's something that you never expect, but is inevitable.
Still, it's never easy losing a parent, no matter how old you are.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't had to experience that feeling yet. And I hope that you don't for much longer down the line. That you're able to spend time with your mother. I know it's been hard, given everything that she's been through.
I'm thinking about ending the pact.
Is that even possible?
I'm not quite sure. I talked with the Emperor of Bountifolia. He said to think outside the box.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't. Thank you for, because like I didn't know either. It was very vague, and like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we totally understand you." And I'm like, "What? No."
And Ammar's expression is very, like, kind of wide-eyed. He kind of almost sort of clicking in his brain, kind of with the implications that could mean, given what little he knows, kind of about your pact.
But I know that in doing so, I mean, Mom's gonna die. But, I mean, she's not really living right now.
I mean, there always is another option. We've talked about this before, and I don't, need to raise old wounds, but it's an option.
I don't know how it would affect the present, though. Because I was able to see, like, the magic that, like, courses in her veins from the pact. And it's strange, and it made Eliana go blind. She lost her magic for a while, too, because of it.
Your friends, they seem to be quite the characters that you've found yourselves with.
Didn't have a problem until tonight. Or at least I thought we didn't have a problem.
Oh?
Just all the freaking, just the ambush.
Yeah, they did seem to be inquisitive, is a word.
That's putting it lightly.
I mean,
I
how are
don't-
you holding up, all things considered?
I mean, I don't even want to know what they were talking to you about.
I mean, if anything, you're the royalty amongst your friends was concerned for my health, be it misguided. No thanks to your interesting joke the first night.
Verity just burst out laughing up at that. Again, I know I apologized the other night, but damn, I really thought I got across to her. Did you at least tell her that it wasn't? Because I clearly can't get across to her.
Spending some time as a diplomat, you learn to let people have their own opinions about things and information, and they'll do with it as they see fit. It concerns me not, for I know the truth, but
You would tell me if you had hemorrhoids, wouldn't you?
I mean, I guess. I don't know if it's a point of contention, but
Fair enough, fair enough.
did you at least just say what you needed to say to them?
I got what I wanted to say off my chest. Don't know how good I feel about it, but at least it's out there. They can make their own decisions.
What'll you do if you decide to stay?
Not quite sure. Maybe. Well, definitely still doing research. See what more I can find on Erebus.
Is that its name?
It is.
Interesting.
Can I make an insight check to see body
Sure.
language or
You can-
something?
sure. Yeah.
There we go. Son of a. Okay. Would that be insight or perception? Okay, 14.
14. Without adding any modifiers, he only rolled a 6. So, let's see. I think it's a plus. Anyway, he has a +7, so either way, but it's like there's nothing behind it. He's being truthful as far as his curiosity amidst the.
Do you know anything about it?
No more than you do. If arguably less.
Supposedly, like from what I. Wait a minute. And she's going to pull out the book from
Okay.
her bag. And she's holding this thing showed up in a library in Bountifolia.
I would think books are found in a library, but go on.
A black binding that's like shining light on it. Like that's out
That's-
of like a book.
Peculiar.
Yeah. But in it said something about how like wizards and clerics and like did a half ritual. And like it only halfway worked, but now it's like stuck in between. Like planes. And it also likes people in despair, so it found a juicy meal, and she like points to her.
That sounds about right.
So, yay! I'm fucked.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're quite resourceful, as I've seen time and time again.
Am I?
I'd like to think so.
That's sweet.
Damn. It's like when they say, I love you. I go, that's nice.
You too.
Damn.
If anything, and if the brief moment I've gotten to meet the people you're traveling with, if they're any smart enough that they'll stick by your side, and I'm sure they'll help you figure it out.
Hopefully. It's weird knowing them for such a short while and having this, like, just the instinct to protect them.
It's quite funny, isn't it? And he like smiles and looks at you.
She smiles at him.
Often the ones that don't need the protecting, we have the instinct to protect them. Sometimes we just can't help it.
She's just looks out like at the view and all, just taking everything in.
You know, I'm I'm glad we got to speak while you were back, at least. And if you're gone for some time, I'll at least be glad that we had this. And he puts his hand, like, on your hand that's on the railing.
I let him, and then she, like, looks over at him, and
And he
Allie.
looks over at you and kind of stares into your eyes for a moment.
you should know why I never gave you an answer.
Oh?
I wanted to say yes at first, but it just... I remember back when they came to our house, when they told my mom about what happened to my father, and she tried to hide it so well, but I had to watch her as it almost slowly broke her in two. Just loving someone that much. And I didn't realize just how much that I loved you in that moment. And I knew that just if anything ever happened to you, I don't know if I could pull myself together like she did.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he pulls you in and kisses you.
I kiss him back.
Oh, it's consensual.
Yeah, I
it's
can't take-
reciprocated.
I've been holding my
I
breath
was like,
for
what
like
is
5
this?
minutes. I know, I can't hold it any longer. I have to say something.
That build up, man.
We were all reacting so hard. Silently.
And in that moment, you guys kiss for a moment, and we're going to fade to black there.
Damn.
Cutting back to the main party.
They're more than kissing? Is that the fade to black?
We don't know.
Oh
That's what-
my god.
Nobody said that.
They're like out in the open, dude. Someone could just walk up, be like, "Hey,
Not-
what's up?" Oh my god.
They're
Some
like
people are into
100
that.
feet into the air. They're like 50 feet in the air in the top of a lighthouse.
Only with Verity's permission.
You're telling me you never looked to see what was in the little window of a lighthouse before?
Speaking
But can
of,
you, if you can't see that far.
I mean, if you're on the ground.
Anyway,
You can't.
anyway, back at the party.
one thing I wanted to say was that if you are being sexually active, he should definitely disclose whether he has hemorrhoids or not. Just saying. That's just
Root
something.
cause. Root cause.
Anyway,
Root cause could put others at risk.
Fun fact, I did have
Are
to
we
look up.
confusing hemorrhoids with something else?
I think we are because
think
I had to look up hemorrhoids 5
hemorrhoids-
minutes ago just to make
hemorrhoids
sure.
And herpes are not
very
Not the
different.
same.
Yeah, they're very
Anyway.
different.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway.
However, it can be caused by pregnancy, so you should probably ask him some questions.
Anyway,
just in case.
anyway, back at the party, you had just said that you were wanting to turn in for the evening.
yes. I think I'm gonna just head out for a bit. I think I need some time to myself for a little.
Where?
Outside.
Where outside? There's a lot of things outside. There's a lot of places you can go. You're not gonna get lost, are you?
No.
No. You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us have the energy to want to come and find you. So
Do you want me to go with you and walk behind you like 100 feet
I mean,
for safety?
Scary dog privileges.
I guess.
Woof, woof.
I'm kind of just gonna try and go talk to her, up in the sky.
Yeah. I can stay 100 feet away.
Okay.
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 Well, I guess
All of us.
I'll
So
just
you all
be
essentially
here.
are getting up from like the table and are leaving like the.
Eira's at a different table.
Era's at a different table, but
looking out the
Eliana
window.
and Dawn get up from the table to go to leave from the tavern.
Because I protected her so well last time.
Well, what if I don't want to leave?
So
I was just chilling
then
here.
stay and
We can
make some
stay.
friends.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Boys'
matter.
night.
Part 4.
The saga continues.
So the two of you leave the tavern. Jax gestures to Lukiel and kind of to follow him as Jax gets up. And do you follow?
Yeah. I mean, if he's gesturing, then
Yeah.
yeah, I'll follow.
So the two of you walk over in the tavern and sit at the table that you're sitting at beside the window.
Yeah. What can I observe from, like, just would I be able to tell like her demeanor just like by like?
So you want to tell her body language?
Yeah.
Give me an insight check. And then you
fucking
Eira,
cocked.
can roll
Ah,
deception or persuasion.
it's a 9. Definitely gonna be a 9.
Jax is very much not reading the room and rolled a natural 1. So,
My girlfriend just got up and like walked away.
So it's 12.
Yeah.
so 12 and yeah. So
then, yeah.
we both don't know the.
We're clueless.
We're
boys.
not reading the body language here.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So we.
I mean, I'll just tell you. I mean, she's in her head, and it doesn't matter. Like, and I feel like Lukiel's been around her long enough to know that like you're not. You can try to talk to her, but you're not going to get a response right now. And it's not
then
personal.
I feel like I would have just ended up using just passive insight
Okay.
for that because it's. I mean, yeah. Ultimately, it's just like observing. Maybe. I mean,
passive.
maybe. I don't know if that's,
Yeah, my passive insight's 18, so
I mean, you can roll a natural
yeah.
1. Like you would have seen that.
Yeah.
She's not hiding it.
Well, Jack still sits down. You can do the same, or you can decide to do something else. That's up to you.
I mean, I don't know like what else I would do in that moment. I guess say like,
And
oh well, actually no. I would see, but I don't know if I would have the context to know
Find
anything
out.
about the conversation with.
Find out.
ask what you want to ask.
Well, Lukiel asks. He goes, "Do you know where Verity went to? 'Cause she didn't. I guess she's just kind of left. I don't really know why. She's been gone for a while. Sorry, I don't mean to grill you with questions. I'm just kind
response.
of curious.
Well, wherever she went.
Did you and her like talk or like interact or
You were there. You were at the
I
table.
was there.
You were there.
Yes.
You understood that.
Yes. Lukiel does not have short-term memory loss.
It was a hard conversation, man.
Yes.
And wherever Verity went, she needs space. And we just can't leave
well, not too much space. We can't.
one of our party members alone sitting at a table in the tavern. It's not my girlfriend. I'm not going to just leave. So
Well, what about that Ammar dude just being out there? What do you think he's doing, getting all into?
I'm sure they're fine if
should-
they cross paths.
Yeah, probably.
There's a history there,
More
I'm
than
sure.
fine. I'm sure. I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I think we needed to figure out. Are you? What's going through your head? As he looks to Eira.
No response.
Yeah.
She is not like she hasn't heard any of this conversation.
At all? How?
It's right. She's not listening for it. She's in her head.
And Jax like kind of like puts his hand on your shoulder and kind of like jostles you a little bit to kind of get your attention or to try to like snap you out of. And says, "Hey, come on. You tell me the same thing. Where are you going?"
And I learned that giving you space is sometimes best. And she gets up.
Yeah, and when have you
And
listened
she
to
walks
that?
away. And she goes outside. He can choose to follow her and he will have a conversation with him. But she is not going to broadcast where she is psychologically to a larger group.
Well, now it's just the two of us, I guess. And then there were two. Want to order an appetizer? Maybe an entree if we're feeling up to it. Some onion rings. I don't know if they have those here. I don't know.
Let's see.
She okay?
No, she's not. She is going through it.
Do you want to go like be with her, or do you think she just kind of needs to just kind of have her moment?
Here. Hey, parent. And the dude like kind of hops back over.
Yeah.
And he kind of like says, "Oh, what's up? What do you need?" He says, "Get my man some gruel, butter, and white bread served with buttermilk."
DM has opened
I
up
rolled
the
that
random
D1 on
table.
your table, and that's what it rolled. I'll roll again. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fucking dairy.
That sounds like a bad time.
Bad time, yeah.
Sounds like a bad time. Here, give my man some venison sausage, carrot pottage,
venison?
grapes, and served with some lager. And he says, "Yeah, right away." And he kind of heads off. He's like, "Here, you eat that. I'll be right back."
Okay.
Damn, serving you a full.
He's like,
Eat this yourself.
Give the kids some food and go away.
He's letting the food babysit him.
he's gonna have a beer. He's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
Luke Hill's like, is this on you or is this because I
And
didn't
he-
order this?
And
I mean,
Jax
this
just
is
puts down like 15 gold on the table and walks away.
that's a lot of fucking gold. I
so
feel like they could
much.
probably get more than that, more food for.
He goes, "Go nuts," and he like walks. He kind of goes out and leaves the glistening grotto to follow Eira.
Luke Hill's love language is not just food. Okay,
No, but it's a big part of
it
it.
could be more.
It could be.
He says as he shovels food into his
He
mouth.
shovels
He's like,
food,
"I
he's
want
like-
you to know."
Food is not. Oh man, this is good. Wow.
So Jax
I'm just gonna play into it.
follows you out and tries to catch up. And he says, "Hey, wait, can you wait a second?"
And she stops to check to make sure that it's just Jax.
And he like, "I get that you don't want to talk to anybody or all of us or whatever, but can you at least talk to me?"
And she's not making eye contact, but she kind of like gestures her head. Like, come on. And she starts walking pretty,
Okay.
leisurely is not the correct word, but leisurely is the pace.
Okay.
And she's quiet for, this music is very jovial.
Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a polarity when it comes to the music choice. I apologize.
How did you face it with Aura? Because when
Aurelia?
I look at Verity, I see a more self-actualized version of her. And
I think that's a bit of... That's giving Yoon a lot more credit.
Verity is the more self-actualized one, dear.
I know, but to compare, it's like apples to oranges. I don't think they're quite that similar at all.
I mean,
I think
I
if you're
find them
talking as
to
far
be-
as the danger aspect, but
No, I find them to be very similar. They don't... Both of them are so scared of what they could do that instead of either trusting themselves or trusting those around them, they isolate. Whether that be emotionally, or for Aurelia it was personas. For Verity, it's just timidness and shyness.
I mean, everybody has their quirks. I mean, you weren't much of a... You're a bit of a prickly pear when I first met you, but...
Well, that hasn't changed, unfortunately.
You've been better about things. It just seems
Tonight wouldn't have happened if I'd truly been better about it.
I think tonight you have valid concerns that, right? Like, everybody can be worried about dangerous...
I'm not worried
things.
about her doing anything, though.
Then what are you worried about? Because to be quite honest, if it's because you're mad because she isn't opening up to you,
I don't want to lose her because I already lost Aurelia. I don't want to lose another one.
we have dealt with a lot of loss in this group, and to be quite honest, I'm surprised that we're as kept together as we are.
We're not, though. This isn't the same group. This is a completely different group.
I mean, we lost Roman. He's not dead, but he's not here. Cindy didn't stay with us.
Okay, that's not fair. Her mother died and she stayed with her father. That's hardly fair.
But again, people leave, they die. The only difference is that they could come back, maybe. I
feel like I lost someone that was becoming like a sister to me. And Verity clearly, for some reason that I don't understand, trusts me a lot. And I don't, again, know why. And I can see a clear path forward where we could be even closer than Aurelia and I were, and that is the part that is scary and where I feel like the problem was, and I chose to love her the way I have traditionally been loved until recently, and she cut her eyes to Jax, and showing that by just dumping what I think to be right on someone, and it's not. So
pushing him away is the answer?
It's not, in my head, it's not pushing away as much as it's...
I mean, she's questioning if she's even going to continue on with us, or if we're going to let her continue on with us. I think there's a bit of an arm's length.
She assumed me to be the leader of the group when she first met us, so I am gonna give you a heads up and flex that tomorrow and kind of fight that fight with the party if I have to, because I'm inviting her to join us back. If she chooses to come, she can stay and, be with her mom or Ammar or whatever she wants to do. But if she chooses she wants to come.
Well, I think it's safe to say that we're not going to let her just leave us.
Well, Dawn didn't seem to be too hip on the idea, but if I have to take a 8-foot paint furball on my own, I will gladly do so.
Dawn doesn't seem to have a hip with a lot of things. Sometimes.
Except beer.
And killing people, apparently. Sorry. Too real,
So.
I guess. I mean, in all fairness, the Eira that you claim to still be wouldn't be as self-reflective, at least.
I always have been with those that actually matter.
Yeah, and who's to say that the people that we have with us don't matter? What's wrong with that? I get that you're scared to let other people in. Trust me, I am the first to understand that.
Oh, it's not letting her in. She's already in.
Yeah,
Just letting her go. That's the problem.
I mean, and we don't have to do that, but you also don't need to push them away either. Pushing them away is going to mean that you have to let them go, and it's not going to be your choice versus something you want to protect.
She's starting to get frustrated because she doesn't feel like she's being understood. She doesn't know how to, clarify
I get that
what she means.
You don't want to lose her, so you're afraid to get close to her. Because you don't want to lose her eventually. You don't want to have to deal with that loss again. I get it.
No.
Then help me understand.
I don't think it's a conversation that I know how to have right now.
That's fair. So what do you want to do? You want me to leave you alone? We all have to make our way. I mean, you and I are literally staying with each other, so.
I think I just want to walk for a while.
Okay.
Is Alyer with me, or has he...
He's still been with you. I think. Yeah, you didn't put him back in the box or anything, so he's still with you.
I feel like he's probably frustrated.
Yeah. He's been not vocal, whichever that means as far as a rabbit is concerned. Well, and then Jax kind of kisses you on the cheek and kind of just nods and kind of walks away back to the tavern.
Oh, she's gonna go look for a park or something.
Okay.
Just sit down.
So you kind of head off into Bevel to find some kind of solitude. What's happening with Eliana and Dawn at this moment?
Eliana's kind of just trying to find almost a little I feel like she wants to be kind of by the coast, by the water,
Okay.
underneath the stars. Why are you laughing over there?
Are you gonna accidentally
No.
find the lighthouse?
No.
No.
No. Catch them. Fuck.
Matt, wouldn't that be leave them alone. Focus on what you're doing.
And I'm going to kind of just nestle down, crisscross applesauce, and I'm gonna have Stella sit down in front of me. I'm gonna give her some scritches.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my forehead against her head, and then I'm gonna look up at the stars, and just start to try and meditate, to commune with the world, with nature.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say aloud, I guess, I guess not.
Okay.
I'm going to put my, but just kind of try to speak to Flossidus. Something like,
Hey, Flossidus. It's been a bit since I've reached out. I just wanted to ask if you could look out for some people for me. My mother and my sister. I wasn't able to hear back from them, and I was a little fearful that they might be in danger, but I know your stars don't really reach them out there in the Dayward lands, but
And you hear in this moment,
Mother.
hear a very faint, like, it's like almost like an echoey version of somebody saying your name. You hear like, Eliana? And it's like staticky. It's like you can hear a little bit of a crackle.
Oh.
Give me a history check.
Okay. Okay. That is a 16.
You recognize this voice
What is it?
to be your sister. And it says, and it's very like crackling, it says, Eliana, it's we got Mom is dead. Florenia, but we found Crossroad in the where. And it goes silent.
Eliana is just frozen in like sudden fear. Because she doesn't know what was happening between the static, but she heard the word dead. And yeah.
And I would say, piggybacking off the same history check, right? You are very understanding of what the sending spell is, and that it's the 25 words, essentially how small the messages are, and that was only 14.
Mm-hmm.
Can Dawn make a perception check?
It all happens in her head, so you wouldn't have heard it.
I know I wouldn't have heard it, but the whole reason I'm there is for the vibes.
Okay, go ahead.
The whole reason,
If,
like
you're
100
if you're reading her body language, it would be insight, though.
insight. Then that is what I would like to do.
I didn't even finish. I was gonna ask.
It's only a 9.
There to watch out for Verity too. We didn't get there though.
It's just a 9.
A
I'm essentially
9.
there as her bodyguard, so
Yeah,
I'll probably
so-
make more inside checks.
What's happening with Eliana by the coast is almost like a very silent storm of emotions.
Flossidus, please. Please make sure they are all right. Please.
And you see, like, in the stars, kind of, because it's like a little bit more of a clearer night, you see like this, like, kind of like shooting star, like, kind of like go across the sky.
Well, thanks for trying to get that through to me. I know she's been blocking messages, so it's good to hear at least a portion. I guess also I'm not sure how much you would have seen since we were in the tavern, weren't really outside, but our newest party member, we're kind of going through it, and she's also dealing with a power of her own, and she might need some help with you as well. But just watching over her. Need a lot of help from you. I know it's a lot to ask, but thank you.
She just kind of sits there for a few moments before getting up and walking back over to Dawn.
Okay. You say anything to Dawn?
So, remember when I went with Eira to the post office to try and send some messages?
Yeah.
Just heard back a little bit
Okay.
from that. I got snippets, not the full messages, but my sister Lillian responded.
Great.
She said, Mom, and then some crackling, and then she said, dead. So I don't know what sentence she said. There were some blanks there, and that's a little, more than a little, very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'd say so. What are your... Ooh. What does that tell you?
What?
You know, your... Ooh, and the stars and the flowers.
Oh, my goddess Flossidus.
Yeah. Her. What'd she say?
Well, she didn't say anything necessarily, but I think she helped get the message through that the bad one is blogging. So she at least did that. Yeah.
So how do you feel?
Not great.
But are we about to reroute? I mean, we went to one person's hometown. Technically, we
I-
don't know where my hometown is, so...
Well, my sister mentioned a crossroads, but I don't know where that could be. They just pop up randomly. So they can shift and move, and there's,
Make another history check.
I know there's specific places
Crossroads
where
is
they're
like the-
rooted, but you can change. They change a lot too.
That's like the portal, right?
Yeah.
Make that history check. Make that history check.
19.
Whoa!
You
Ouch.
recognize the word Luer
Luer.
as
Where?
a town in the continent that you are heading to. You had
Fuck
seen it
yes.
Okay. Well.
on the map. It was on the map of Bogmarsh.
Wait, you
I
heard
feel
that
like
in the
you,
message?
I feel like you said that in the message, but I didn't recognize what the word was, so I kind of just
Oh.
It was
washed
Luer.
over
That
it.
was the word. Yeah, the word was Luer.
But I think the crossroads might be in Luer, which was on the map
Where?
to kind of around where we're going.
What is it?
It's a place in
Bogmarsh.
Bogmarsh.
In Bogmarsh. I have it on the map that I drew.
What's the
Very rough, but
place called again?
Luer.
I was gonna try and do a whole bit with the plan words of where.
Like
but,
where and the where.
She did
saw
not pick
that
up on
you were
it.
Going. I saw
was
it.
thinking
I
the
saw
exact
it.
same
It's a
thing, but
town. I was like, dang it, say it again.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I'm not there, so I can't.
Anyways,
Trying to say underwear.
Luer. Let's go there. Shit, this is gonna be.
Oh,
I hate this town.
I pull out the map and see if it's on the way to where we're going, because we're going to Rivermire.
So you see on the map that
Let's go there.
Rivermire is. So Rivermire's on the coast,
Mm-hmm.
and then there next to it is Swamp Tree, and then or to the west of that is Swamp Tree, and then kind of southwest-ish is Luer on the opposite coast of Bogmarsh.
Okay.
At least that tip of.
So not near the
continent.
Nocturne
not-
Mountains
yeah.
either.
No.
Okay.
So we have to go here and then there to get to where?
There's a crossroads somewhere in Luer that has opened up from the Feywild.
I did not do that on purpose.
Just
Swear
drop
to
it.
God.
Did you think about this when you named the place?
Drop
that it
in
might
all of
have
my-
the possibility of being like
I did not.
a focal point of like, oh, it sounds like where?
This
I
is a
did-
teaching
I
lesson
did
for my
not.
DM.
But
Luer, over there.
So I don't know. We should discuss this with the party to figure out where we need to be going.
Are you gonna leave us?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay. But I
If
don't
it's
know.
like
Was
an-
not.
If it's an emergency, maybe. But
Can you send another message? Do you know?
I can't send a message. I don't know if there's any services. Was the post office not here? That was in Montefolia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if they offer any sending services here.
Well, maybe we can check in the morning before we...
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I just know I have a lot more information than I did before this. More than I was expecting. So,
And possibly even information you didn't want.
yeah, we'll see if we'll be able to meditate tonight.
Okay. Do you want to head back?
Yeah.
Let's go. Dawn puts like a hand
I
on
can
her.
teach you about how the constellations work sometime if you're interested.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be on a ship for a long time. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just know you like being outside, so
I do.
let's
go.
We can plan on that.
So
Back to the tavern. Not the tavern, the inn.
you're going back to the inn?
Yes.
Okay. So Jax heads back to the tavern and reconvenes with Luke Heel.
Dude, Luke. Oh, never mind. I was okay.
And he sits back down and all the gold is gone. And Jax doesn't think anything of it.
No.
No.
Wow.
He sits down and says, well, that was a disaster.
Man, you're telling me I'm stuffed, man. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. I feel like I'm gonna pass something through my some sort of something out of my body.
Well,
I don't know what that's gonna be, but it's gonna be something.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the gold. Yeah, I kind of went a little bit overboard. I haven't eaten that much in a long time, so I don't feel so good.
I mean, if you need to throw up, I mean, we can.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna need to be doing all that.
But
Yeah, it was.
but yeah, don't mention it. It's fine. And you get the vibe that he's very like he's there, but he's not. Just the same as kind of Eira was a minute ago.
What does Luke Heel pick up on this? He does.
Yeah,
Since okay,
your passive insight
okay,
will
okay.
allow that.
You good, man? What's going on? Is she okay? You okay? What is all this? What's going on?
She's not okay, and
Why, man? Why can't we just all be okay? We're
I
all
mean,
here. We're all still together. Well, I don't know if we're all still together anymore, but
Are
We're
we
here.
sure that
So-
Luke Keel didn't go to the bathroom?
So Jax's passive insight is 18. Are you like? Have you been drinking a little bit?
oh, a little bit, man. You know,
Yeah.
I had that one lager with that one meal and the venison. I was like, man, that's some good stuff. I asked the bartender, and he brought over another one. It was just as good, if not better. And they brought over another one. It's like, keep them coming.
You
Before
also
I knew it, my gold was gone.
you also ate roasted swan with pear turnover and another and served with a lager.
Yeah, man, that was weird. I never had swan before. It kind of just tastes like chicken. It was good. I didn't know what the pear was really there for. It didn't really have a lot of flavor, but you know, it was just a pear. It
A
was
pear
cool.
turnover is a dessert. It's a type
Yeah,
of
but
dessert.
it's
like a pie.
It's like, you know, it
Ish.
just doesn't really have a lot of
Yeah.
taste, a lot of flavor. You know,
You should
it's got
hiccup,
a weird like some, huh?
hiccup in between words.
Like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Like a,
Uh,
I don't know, the pear
Oh, yeah.
didn't have any flavor to it. Makes you sound more drunk.
Oh,
so, well, I'm glad that you're having a good time. At least somebody should.
yeah, man. It's just we're just all here, just vibing, just trying to have a good time. You know, I don't know why everyone's so sad and weird and depressed and leaving and just off doing their weird thing with their weird boyfriends that have hemorrhoids.
It's a good
I don't know
change
what
of
that's
pace
about.
to see you like this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. You should. Do you want something to eat? You hungry? Want a beer?
You know what?
Cocktail? Something?
Fuck it. And he like waves his hand to like gesture for the server to come back over.
That's the Jax that I was looking for, baby.
And he orders a bunch of alcohol.
There we go. Think you can handle this? Tap me in if you don't think so. I can take on some more. God, I wish Don was here.
Meanwhile,
He like says that out loud because he's not like super like aware of like the fact that like what he's thinking is what he's actually saying out loud.
meanwhile, now, cutting back to Verity, you and Ammar are laying on a bedroll. You're laying on his chest. And he has his kind of like arm around you. And he kisses your forehead.
Just gonna lay there in silence. Just lay there in silence.
And he says, there's something I should tell you.
Okay.
You brought up the proposal earlier. Was that you trying to give me an answer?
Yes.
And was that your answer?
She looks at him and says, "Yes, it is."
Oh, shit. Okay. It's I'm happy to hear that, but it's my mother. She, after my father's passing, she's the brood mother now of our people, and she's arranged for me to marry someone in a brood that exists in the forest beyond Green Valley. I didn't know how to tell you. I thought I'd have more time to figure this out and not go through with it, and I just... I've been in a very hard place about it. I didn't... it's about extending our bloodline and to extend us beyond the underwater caves, and I just...
Okay.
That's...
No, okay.
Just okay. That's all I'm sorry.
No, I mean, 2 years too late, right? It's okay, really.
It's not, though. I love you, and I don't know how to go against my own culture and people. But I want to be with you. I don't know what to do.
At the end of the day, we do have to make hard decisions.
But not...
You are sovereign now. Is this what's best for your people, this marriage?
It's not even about what's best for the people. I don't even know if I have a choice. She's forcing me into this, and I've never even met this person. And I've known you for so long. Isn't that what's love is supposed to be, and that's what marriage is supposed to be. I learned that. I mean, I was human once. I understand the concept of marriage, but I just... The way our culture is, it's different, I guess. But that shouldn't mean that I have to adhere to something that I don't believe in. And I want to love you.
Is there... So there's no way out of it?
I've been trying to figure that out ever since all of this happened, and my mother tried to spring that upon me during the funeral, and it's something that
During the funeral?
She's, you know,
I
very political.
She sounds like part of my language, but she sounds like a bitch
She's,
for doing that.
you wouldn't be far off. She never really ever approved of you and I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Nate, I might have... I mean, Eira might know some lawyers. Or I don't know, like she's in there of a sovereign heir. Maybe she could give you pointers. I don't... Sorry, that was stupid of me to suggest it.
And as he kind of adjusts and kind of pulls away a little bit. And I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner.
Like I said, it's okay.
It's not.
You can only do what you're in control of.
I guess you're right. But
Now, that doesn't mean that you can't or you don't have to stop fighting it. I mean, how much sway does she have over a sovereign?
I guess it's... Give me a history check.
Ooh, baby, a 24.
So just as the same as like the term, like Crimson Sovereign, the brood mother is the brood mother of like a group of vampires. Essentially, is that of the like the mother of a king in like the kind of monarchy type style of things. So she has sway of the government, but she can't necessarily make like decisions like the king would. She has a whole lot of high influence on what would be the like king's council equivalency in this kind of scenario. And it's very much so, as far as like the arranged marriage constituents is concerned, it's not uncommon in vampire culture to essentially kind of arrange that when there is a new ruler put in place that is not betrothed. So she has a significant amount of say.
Cool, I just need to go back in time. Player says that. Verity does not.
Oh, Verity doesn't? Okay.
I'm gonna keep fighting it as much as I can, but it's how do you become the ruler of an entire group of people and go against the entire culture that they exist upon?
That's a tough answer. That's a tough question to ask. Baby steps. Slow change over time. You have a lot of that.
I don't want to hurt you if there isn't a way out of this.
I mean, you have my sending stone. It's not like, unless you want to, chuck it out in the ocean real quick. It's not like you can't reach out to me and we can't talk. At any point.
He kind of, he's like sits up and he kind of is like staring kind of out into the water, kind of like through whatever like doorway of the like housing there. And you see that his like eyes are kind of fixed like on like the mountain peak that's kind of sticking out in the middle of the water. And
What do you see?
I see a prison. I don't see a life that's worth living if it's not with you, and
Don't say that.
I just don't know how I'm supposed to go back about my duties and knowing that I'm forced to walk a road that I cannot control. If I'm supposed to be the ruler, why do I feel like I have no say at all?
There's always fine print in any contract. Find the loopholes, no matter how small.
Think outside the box, right?
Yes.
And that's where we're going to end for this session.
Yes!
Thank you so much for joining us here at Off the Beaten Quest. We thank you so much, so much, Pocketbard. And as always, we will see you in the next episode.
Bye!
Bye!
My name is Allie Goodell, and I am part of the filmmaking team on this podcast. I play Eliana Silmare. She is an Eladrin elf druid. She actually comes from a family of druids, and she is originally from the Feywild. Her family worships a goddess named Florenia. This was her whole world, was Florenia, was learning about Florenia and the balance of nature and eliminating abominations and the balance of just the world in general. But then when her village was attacked, she ended up going to the material plane, and things were not as they originally seemed. She kind of realized that she was indoctrinated as a child, and so as of right now, her character is still kind of naive, but she's constantly learning about the world around her and trying to figure out what her place is in the world when she finds out her whole religion has basically been a lie. I think one thing specifically to Eliana is that throughout her experience on the material plane, she's been struggling with finding what is right and what's wrong, the truth to things. So her trying to formulate that balance and how she fits in life, I think, is very important to her character. And so seeing the way she interacts with her new goddess, Flossidus, and just the world around her is interesting to me. This cast of characters is definitely something. I feel like there is a lot of chaos, but usually that tends to happen in a lot of D&D campaigns. I feel especially with Dawn and Lukiel's shenanigans, things get a little crazy, and that can be really entertaining. And I also feel like there are some great emotional moments between characters as well. I think there's a great balance that people are gonna love. You can find us at Off the Beaten Quest on all podcast platforms, as well as Twitch and YouTube, and you can also find us on our social medias.
Hi, I'm Allie Fussell. I am doing all of the marketing, project management, keeping everyone on track to get Off the Beaten Quest out into the world. I play level 8 paladin fighter Eira. She is an unconventional paladin. When I built her, she's my first campaign character. When I built her like my favorite gaming characters. So she can kind of do a little bit of everything. She specializes with a longbow and 2 daggers, so she's pretty lethal at distance and up close. She also has a good bit of emotional stuff, which I think the audience can pick out pretty easily, where she loves her friends and her family deeply, but the way in which she does so is not always the way in which they are open to receiving. So she's having to learn and navigate a lot of that. She also has a companion that is a homebrew race called a hop owl. That's half rabbit, half owl. His name is Alyer. And is also in a relationship with an NPC that our DM / my husband created named Jax. So you'll get to hear all about that. So in the first few episodes, there are a lot of moments that are very interesting for Eira. One of them is a very special moment with Alyer where he has to make a choice on what his next steps will be. In addition to that, there's some pretty gnarly emotional turmoil that Eira navigates with one of her party members that I think will be interesting for everyone to hear and to listen to get some insight into her backstory. I think the audience is going to find someone in this cast that they relate to, whether it's someone that's just goofy and likes to have a good time, whether it's someone that's serious, that's trying to learn how to loosen up, or whether it's just someone that completely understands who they are and accepts themselves for that. While they might still feel like an outcast, they'll find a bit of themselves somewhere in this campaign and in this cast. You can find us on all major podcast streaming platforms, in addition to YouTube and Twitch, and all social media, which is linked in the caption right down here.
Hi, my name is Nina Neubauer, and my role with the podcast is to be the personality hire. I am loud, I am rambunctious, which helps with my character, but it also helps on the social media side of things. In the campaign, I play a barbarian Furbolg. Her name is Dawn Heartsmead. She's about 8 feet tall. She's hot pink. She has pink hair, pink skin, and she has also like singed ends to her hair that's like kind of like reddish. She has a lot of questions in her life,
but that's okay, and we're discovering them together. And she also loves to wield her great axe, which is super duper fun. She chants, she is a little unhinged at times, but she always brings a good time. I think everyone in the campaign wishes she was a little bit more polished, but let's be honest, she's not gonna be, so that's okay. We open up with something having to do with my character, and Dawn has been away from her home for a long time, and she feels like she's only been surrounded by questions and no answers recently in the last several years of her life. So keep that in mind when listening to it, that it's a very intense moment for Dawn because she hasn't been around anything involving her home in 5+ years. Furbolgs are very community-based, and they love nature, they love the growth, they love their roots, and Dawn has not been able to have those things in many, many years. So keep that in mind when listening to the first couple episodes. Everybody has something or someone to relate to because we're all very different and we all have a big dynamic, and I think it'll be kind of fun for the audience to discover everyone's role in the group as we continue on, and come along in the journey of discovering our own roles in the group, because I'm pretty new and Verity is pretty new, so we have a lot to discover as a group. So it'll be relatable for the past, and everybody will be excited to see the direction that we all take in the group. You can find Off the Beaten Quest on all major podcasting platforms, including YouTube, including Twitch, and don't forget to follow us on social media.
Hello, my name is Noah Dockery. I am in charge of all of the audio things that you hear in our podcast for Off the Beaten Quest, as far as the processing, mixing, and mastering of all the audio. I am playing the character Lukiel Oliver. He is a level 8 bard. His race is an Aarencia as well, so he's part human, part celestial. There's a little bit of a connection piece with that as far as in the story. And also he is from Cottageport originally, but he has since left Cottageport in hopes of finding better opportunity with his performance, with music, and also creating some new friends and making some new connections along the way, in some ways that he honestly might have not really expected. I think what you could probably expect from Lukiel, especially starting out, is that he is not a great listener. He kind of wants to do his own thing sometimes, and some of that also involves he's a little bit particular about some of the things that he prefers. He's also very hungry and very particular about the foods that he is wanting to consume at any given time. So he's just generally very sporadic in nature. So, and I think that you guys will probably pick up on that pretty quickly. What a collectively just unique grouping of people as well as characters in this campaign. It's really honestly entertaining to see how it all comes together, to see how it all kind of ties in, because on paper a lot of that sort of stuff may not tie in super well, but in, actual session and in performance, kind of as we go through these different story paths and these different sorts of winding roads, if you will, it kind of works itself out in a weird way. But yeah, it all kind of comes together really nicely. So you can find us at Off the Beaten Quest on our YouTube channel as well as our Twitch channel. You can find the podcast on all major podcasting platforms, and you can find our socials at the links provided in the caption below.
Hello, my name is Sarah Matlack. I'm kind of a flex role, and so I kind of jump from task to task, just wherever people need me, I'm there. I play a red tiefling named Verity Belladonna. Verity is a rogue warlock, kind of in the trickster fiend area, which can make things quite interesting. Verity does have a mother and a little sister. Her mother is Ilma and her sister is Nadine. She also has the blue human eyes. One of the cool things about Verity is that she is showing as a tiefling, but her mother is actually human. And so one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we had for her character arc and everything was that she had blue human eyes, just so we could have both representations of her father, who was a red tiefling, and her mother, who is human. We are a rowdy bunch, and I feel like with each character there is going to be someone you can connect to in a way. And that's another thing I love about this group, is that you can find a way to connect to them. Whether it's through an emotion scene, whether it's just getting drunk at a tavern, or climbing a tree. You just never know. Dreams can show someone your truest desires as well as your darkest fears. And so I would keep an eye out for those dreams and visions, because you might see them pop up every now and then throughout the series. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms, including our Twitch, YouTube, and other social medias.
My name is Justin Fussell. I am the game master for Off the Beaten Quest. Outside of being the game master, I do a lot of writing, world building, filmmaking. Me and my wife, we run Imagistorm Productions together. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun just incorporating a lot of the world building and writing that I do into this, building this campaign overall. It's been really interesting to kind of take the filmmaking background and kind of apply it to being a game master, because essentially a lot of like the players are the actors and you're setting scenes and you kind of just let them freeform in the space versus just any like preconceived dialogue. So it's a lot of fun just to kind of see, you put the situations in their hands and just kind of see what they come up with. I enjoy playing D&D with this group because they're like my found family. It's been, I love everybody that sits at this table. It's been a lot of fun to just be able to kind of build this world with them together. A lot of the way I incorporate this with a lot of the players and the story and stuff has been a lot of collaboration, seeing how their stories intertwine with what I have planned and vice versa. It's going to be a very interesting to see how the people receive everybody. Everybody's got its own different flair, and the way that this team is made up of very colorful characters, I think everybody's going to love them. They're going to find something to laugh with and have fun with, and it's going to be really good. In the campaign, I play a lot of the different NPCs, of course, but the main one that I play is Jax. He's a fighter monk druid, and he came from a tribe of changelings that existed in the Fey realm and kind of had some backstories with different things and different interconnected characters. He's become a love interest and boyfriend of Eira's character. And if you want to know more about Jax's backstory and kind of how it's interconnected with the whole story, you can always check out the prologue. I chose to do a homebrew setting versus an existing campaign just because it was something where I could kind of really just expand and create a universe. I wanted to have something that I can build upon. I honestly like to be able to throw twists and stuff at the players. I think that's the biggest thing I think is really fun. There's a lot of ideas of what's going to happen, where things are going to go. Just as much as they can improv in a setting, I can do the same, and it kind of allows for a lot of really good back and forth. Definitely, if you've checked the prologue, there's some things that happen in episode 62 that is a little bit of an Easter egg that even the players haven't figured out yet, which has been really nice. But it's going to come back around eventually, and it's going to be a really big aha moment. But I think that's one of the biggest things to look out for. It'll be a very blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. But other than that, just being really on the lookout for a lot of just the backstory and the things that how this is going to be building up to as we get into the next arc of the campaign. So they can find us on any of the major podcasting platforms, as well as our social medias and Twitch and our YouTube.
All right, and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest Campaign 1. This is going to be part 2 of session 68. You know, where you chose this podcast. We're so happy that you did. We're your restaurant's favorite podcast. You know, we're going to jump right back into it. Session 68, rough patches lead to smooth sailing. Last we left our adventurers, they were all split up in a lot of different situations. Learning a lot of different things, kind of having some drama kick up with Verity and Ammar. Eliana learned finally from actually heard from her family for the first time after sending the messages out. Lukiel was getting drunk and Eira was finding her true emotions in herself. We are going to jump right back into it with Verity. So last we left off, Ammar had kind of given you some interesting news, and you guys had came to the realization of potentially thinking outside the box. It is at this moment there had been a kind of moment of respite given to you amidst everything. But the moment that he makes the joke about thinking outside the box,
Oh no, oh no, oh no, nope, nope. Go away, okay.
and the book that you had out before
Oh, fuck no.
flips open, and you see Leora Renthrill's name in the front cover.
Who the fuck is that? I ask out loud.
Did something happen?
The book just flipped and gave a name.
Does it do that a lot?
It's a new development. It just started last night. Don't use this in the court of law on me, all right?
Make a history check. Starting off early.
Well.
Oh.
Oh.
10.
10. You recognize the last name because it's Ammar's last name.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Just out of curiosity, what's your mother's name?
It's Leora.
Oh
Why?
my god.
Is Mommy the patron?
Holy shit.
And she just like
None of us are there.
dead. She like deadpan looks to Ammar and just like looks him straight in the eyes, like, the patron wants me to kill your mother.
What?
I'm just telling you what I see in this book. I'm guessing you can't see it because no one else seems to see it.
What? I mean, you can't.
I don't want. I'm not.
What happens if you don't?
Well, Mom's gonna get worse real quick. Nadine and I probably will die. If I know anything about the past.
I don't know what to say.
Honestly valid. I don't know what the... Holy shit.
Valid response.
She's just gonna stare at the book.
What are you going to do?
Sleep on it. Because my answer right now is no, and I need to find that loophole real quick.
Procrastination.
You
And there they go talking again. Okay.
sit there and
contemplate for a moment, and you try to think of what you're going to do next amidst the voices that you hear. And you hear in your mind something echo amidst the voices as it extends
I won't look at your screen, Zero.
aggressively into your mind as the thoughts of disobeying the patron swirl around.
It's Nadine.
What's Nadine?
If I don't kill your mother, Nadine's gonna die.
So it's either my mother or your sister?
Yeah.
Hi. And you see now that like Ammar is like quickly starting to like get dressed and
Whoa! Hold up. He wasn't. Oh my god. No. Okay, we're
You're
not
not
there.
there,
We're not there. I
Lucio.
know we're not there. No, we're
Getting
not there.
drunk.
I just had to take a second. I think the listeners probably had to take a second there for. Yeah.
and I have to go. I'm sorry. And he like cuts and leaves in a hurry down the stairs.
Verity just sits there for a moment, just grabs her clothes and puts them on and rushes down stairs too.
So you're trying to catch up with him?
Yeah.
Gabe!
Okay.
Very vocal kitty just entered the premises.
So
That's-
you run down the stairs to catch up with him, and what do you say to try to stop him?
I didn't have a plan. I just started running. What are you gonna do?
I think I need to get back to Draclavor. Whatever you decide. I hope you make the right decision. And whatever that is, I hope it's worth it. And he like goes through the door as he exits the lighthouse. You now standing there, silent, staring through the lighthouse. And all you hear is like kind of like the wind blowing against like the bricks and stuff.
Verity thinks back to what she thought when the Emperor said, "Think outside the box." And she responded, "I don't like the idea that came to mind." And it's starting to look very not promising is not the correct term for this moment, but it seems like it might be the best loophole.
Are you still walking after Ammar, trying to say this? Because he left. So are you saying this to yourself?
I think Verity says out loud, "I might know a loophole."
And where are you going to go in this moment?
Verity's gonna go home and hope Nadine is there.
Okay. Eliana and Dawn. What are you doing in this moment?
I'm assuming we're just making our way to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, or we're back. Either one.
As you arrive at the inn, you see Jackson, Lukiel kind of making their way towards the inn as well. But you do not see Eira anywhere to be found. With them, at least.
Is there beer at the table?
How much time has passed? A couple hours.
Yeah, I'd say it's a couple hours, yeah.
Beer at what table?
Beer at the table the boys are at?
You guys are to the inn.
Oh, we're at the inn.
Yeah.
Boo.
Eira is already back and in bed and
Okay,
asleep.
so you are inside already. Okay. Okay.
You guys, seen Eira anywhere?
Last time I saw her, she needed to get some air.
Hmm.
I'm hoping that she's either back already or will be soon.
We still in the tavern?
No.
No, you guys are walking back
Our
to the
parties
inn.
have
You guys are
met
at
on the
inn.
way back to the inn.
Someone had to have, someone would have needed to, pull me out of the tavern. Bro, I could have...
Jax did.
Yeah, he I guess he's supporting you, kind of propping you up.
Someone's
in this
like,
moment.
Eliana, you, are you hungry at all? The tavern is...
Jax, what
I
happened?
think it might still be open, if you want to get an appetizer and split it, man.
I put too much gold on the table.
How much have you drank?
Lukiel.
I mean, I kind of lost count after like 5.
Don just hits him on the arm lightly.
I'm
Well,
gonna,
Hey, Don, you want to match me next time?
Yeah, I do, Lukiel.
we have an alcohol problem in this party.
No, there's no problem.
Hey,
no problem.
Hey, Lukiel, and Eliana's gonna place a hand on your shoulder.
What is
She's gonna cast lesser restoration to end the poisoned condition for alcohol.
Can I counteract this? Can I try to resist this?
I do not believe you have counterspell.
What?
That's too funny that you want to counteract it. That's funny that she cast it and then that you
So
want to
you
counter.
you are using lesser restoration to sober him up.
Yeah.
Oh, I
What
don't
can
have
I?
counterspell.
What can I say? I'm the designated druid. I gotta make sure all my party members are okay.
I love it.
No.
So we're gonna do it this way. You're gonna roll for how much you heal him, and that's how much percentage of drunkenness you
Okay.
or how much the percentage of soberness that hits you.
Because for lesser restoration, I don't heal hit points. It just says it ends the poison condition. So what do you
Okay,
want me
all
to
right.
roll?
So you know what? I'll roll
Okay.
a D100, and this will be how much sobriety hits you in once.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have a huge headache. Jesus.
So you are a quarter sober, 25% more sober than you were.
That's
Oh well then.
not a ton.
Yeah, it's not a
So
whole
essentially,
lot.
you're not slurring your words as much, and there's very much a cognizant,
Hey,
a
are ya-
cohesive speech. A little bit of a headache is coming on because it's very
yeah.
quick.
Oh,
Would,
yeah.
would the lesser restoration actually combat the hangover because it technically
That's
gets
true.
rid
That's
of the
true.
poison?
So you have no hangover. You're just slowly getting,
Hell
you're
yeah.
slowly getting less drunk.
I just deal with the hangovers by casting lesser restoration.
crazy.
Drinking with no hangover? Let's go.
No, guys, I need to use my power wisely. This could be bad.
Yeah, it seems
You,
like a can of worms.
Feeling a little better? A little more here.
A little bit.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not super sure what happened in the past, God, I know how long. Maybe a couple hours, maybe.
Yeah, that's called
God,
called blacking out.
Oh,
part
God,
of
I don't feel great.
Drinking a little
I feel
too much.
Man, Jax, what was the state you found me in, bro? Did I eat more than I usually do?
I found you in a decent state, but you kind of added to it. I was pretending to drink after the first one, so
as I did.
Jax, I don't-
you didn't seem to notice.
And as you should, as I did. Yes.
Jax, I don't know if that's a healthy coping mechanism to deal with your alcoholic friends.
Dawn, literally, like,
Not saying you're an alcoholic, Luke. This doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
with
Why are you coming to conclusions, dude? Well, you
just-
know me.
I just worry.
You don't know me.
Okay, we need to get
I
you
mean-
to bed.
You can cast it again.
Oh my gosh.
You ready to go to bed for the night?
No. I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay up.
what are you gonna do? She's like running around or something.
I want to hang with Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go climb a tree. Yeah, let's
I mean,
go.
I could just fly up into the tree, but I could meet you at the top.
Great, meet me at the top of that tree over there.
Okay, Dawn's sober enough. I trust her with you.
Okay. So you go inside to go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm leaving
This
the window
can't go
cracked
poorly
open.
at all.
Jack says, you know what? You guys have fun. And he goes inside as well.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for hey, thanks again for the gold.
Don't mention it.
Sorry I didn't really remember what happened after all the, when you found me, but yeah, man. Boys' night soon? Round I don't know how many it's been, but is this like a thing? Like we're committing to this?
It's a franchise at this point.
I don't know if that would
Yeah, franchise.
Saga, it's a saga. He goes inside, and you and Dawn make your way over to the tree nearby.
I wanted you to say it differently. I wanted you to say, and you and Dawn go climb a tree, I guess.
Yeah?
Look, I'm not going to deny any of your choices. You're just going to learn from them all along the way.
Fair enough.
So you look up at this tree. It's quite tall. It's a very tall, like pine tree.
Wow.
Do you fly to the top?
Hmm.
I'm just asking. Don't look at me like that.
Look, he looks over at Dawn. He goes, I feel like flying to the top might kind of have. It's a bit. It's not very fair. It's a kind of a bit of an unfair advantage because you got to climb it because you don't have wings
First of all,
like me.
who said this was a race? Second of all,
Well, that's not what I'm.
how's your flying? Because I'm pretty sure I'm 8 feet tall and skilled.
How tall is the pine tree? Oh, dude, because I'm not tall, am I? I'm like kind of.
It's 40 feet.
small.
It's 40 feet tall. It's a pretty big tree.
Hmm.
Dude, that's 5
And I'm
dawns.
only 6 foot.
It's 5 dawns. That's correct. That's the math.
Wow.
How about you fly up there and I watch from below in case you drunkenly fall out of the tree, and then I'll meet you at the top in a little bit.
I mean, I don't feel that bad. I feel okay.
Okay, then go.
Okay.
How
I
good-
will.
How good are you at flying? Like,
I
can
don't
you
know.
do it?
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
We're gonna find out for
Yeah,
sure.
Can't wait.
Spread
for you to
those
see
wings.
how good I am at flying.
You
Because it's
butterfly.
kind of my thing.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's kind of the reason why I got these on my back is because I can freaking
Yeah.
fly.
Do it.
Make him do a performance check with disadvantage to make sure he hits the fucking branch.
Can we not give the DM ideas?
This will be a performance check. But I'm
Not
not
a-
going
I
to give
thought it
it.
was gonna be either. Well, okay,
Dexterity?
So you're flying. You're flying straight up. So this is a performance.
straight up,
It's
Straight up.
straight up.
You're also only 25% more sober than you were before, so you're still pretty inebriated.
Don't be giving him
Roll.
ideas.
Are you gonna go?
Yes!
Then roll that performance.
Oh my God.
Roll that performance check.
Well, combined, it's a 19.
19.
So hopefully that hits the DC.
So you have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So you go up 30 feet.
Oh, but I gotta climb the rest.
You do have to climb the rest of the way
Oh,
because you have to at least land on a
With
branch.
wings.
can't fly.
So you can
down
land on
now.
a branch and then go up the other 10 feet flying again because you like hit a point where you stop.
Oh, I feel
So
like
you
this
have
is
to-
really, really ironic, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we made it canon. Dude, Lukeil is like so afraid of heights. Like
That's pretty funny.
so afraid of heights. Like
Is he afraid of heights right now? Because he is inebriated.
Yeah, you have
And
the-
inebriation does give you A,
Yeah.
bravery, and B, eliminates some fears.
And he was not scared of heights walking through the woods in Bountifolia. So maybe it's a drunk thing.
Oh, yeah, opposite.
So,
effect.
are you gonna fly up another 10 feet?
can I?
Yes. However,
Oh, you have a coin. You're holding a coin in your hand.
I'm,
A coin.
What does this mean?
We also call that
so
a D2.
I'm not going to make you roll for athletics as far as your landing because I feel like you're just gonna like land on your 2 feet and then jump back up to fly. But given your inebriated state,
This is so dumb.
your inebriated
Yes.
state,
So
this
fucking
coin,
stupid.
this coin determines that you successfully land on the branch,
Oh.
and you go up the other 10 feet. You fly up the next 10 feet to get to the top of the tree, and you need to land up there. Much smaller landing point,
You're flipping it again. Oh, God. I could have rolled.
and you land successfully at the top of the tree.
Wow, what are the odds? 50-50. Wow.
Now,
Well,
you have successfully landed on the top of the tree. Are you going to join him up the tree?
Dawn is like, hands on her hip, like looking up at the tree. And she's like, oh,
Lukeil's just up there. He's going,
he did it.
hey, how's the weather down there? You want to come up here like you said you're going to?
Yeah.
You said you wanted to see me fly first? Because I got these. It's kind of my thing.
He did
It's like a
it.
boy.
Dawn is talking to herself. She's like, I wonder if he could fly down, pick me up, and then fly. No. I weigh like 200 pounds. No. But I've never flown.
Oh my God, you're going to
So-
snap the fucking tree. You're going to snap a branch and
gonna
fall
snap
on your
you.
ass.
I let those thoughts go, and I decide that I'm just going to climb up.
How many
Damn.
feet of movement do you have?
40.
You have 40 feet of movement.
What?
And then
40 feet
climbing
of
is half your.
Yes, it's half your movement
Yeah.
speed.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have to make 2 rolls.
Great.
It's going to be athletics.
Great.
Yeah, because my flying speed is equal to my walking speed because that's my thing. It's flying. Man.
I have advantage on athletics. And it's
Really?
plus 7, so that was a 26.
What's giving you advantage on your athletics?
Your rage.
Are you-
No.
or no.
Oh, is it?
No.
No, it just says it. It says it right there.
Okay.
I have an advantage on,
Dude, what's that from?
oh, or is it rage? That is
It's
rage.
from your rage if you're raging, so you don't get advantage on it if you're raging.
She's
if
not
you're not
raging.
raging.
Do you want me to go off the first roll?
Correct.
It was 17.
Okay. So you make it up halfway, make it 20 feet up. Go ahead and make another athletics check for me, please.
Oh, gosh.
23.
23. You successfully make it to the top of the tree. Now you're both at the top of this tree. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of space.
It's not. Yeah,
It's
'cause
not.
A pine. Oh,
It's
my
not.
I will go
God.
below Lukeil. I'm not going to be like at level. It's not like we can both be at the
I
very,
mean, at the
very
top though, you guys, you're an 8-foot person. He's at least like what, like 150, 160. You know, there's a lot of weight at the top of this tree.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He's got the. What are you doing with that coin? What are you doing over there with that coin? What are you flipping for?
It successfully holds your weight.
There's no
it-
way, dude.
It doesn't.
Oh
move.
my gosh.
But you see,
It's a strong tree.
Stop.
climbing the tree and getting up all this, you've disturbed some of the wildlife that lives in the tree.
The squirrels.
And in
What?
doing so, one of them jumps out.
What is it?
And it's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. And
Flying.
it jumps out and it lands on Dawn. And it startles you.
Does
So in
it?
doing so,
Does it startle me? Or do I have to roll for it to startle me?
hey, the coin
I think
doesn't
you have to
lie.
roll for your reaction to what happens when it startles you.
So
I'm not ready to be startled by a squirrel.
Nobody
for
is.
Just
That's why it's called
climbing up a
startling.
tree.
So this is a squirrel rogue.
Just get
so it's
ready.
a sneak attack. Fine. You know what? Go ahead and roll for perception to see if you see this squirrel coming.
Please roll bad.
That face really says it all.
What does it say?
It says you didn't roll good.
Does it say I roll a 24? Because that's what I did roll. I'm a part of nature, bitch.
I am never playing poker with you.
So
That's a fact.
So it jumps out at you, and you successfully you move out of the way.
The way your body started to move, it seemed
So,
like you reared
because
back
you
to
moved.
punch it.
Because you dodged out of the way.
But you're
I'm gonna
holding.
need you to make an athletics check to see if you hold your balance.
Oh, am I gonna have to fly down and dude?
What else
Dude,
are you
is
gonna
the
do?
squirrel
Prepared
okay?
drunk Luke.
I'm gonna
Dimension
have to
door out of
fly
there?
down and save her from falling.
This squirrel's fine.
Okay, good.
13.
The 13. You start to hear.
Oh, I definitely hear this too.
And the tree branch underneath you collapses. And you begin to fall. You need to make
Oh my god!
you need to make an acrobatics check to grab a branch. See if you can stop
What
yourself.
can I do?
What do you want to do?
drunk.
I don't want Dawn to fall.
In this moment, you see her falling. What do you do?
Oh my god. With it. Acrobatics?
No, yeah. I mean, what are you trying to do? You trying to jump and grab her hand?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's gonna pull my fucking arm out of my socket, dude.
She's so big.
So you grab. So this will be a strength check to see if you can hold her.
Oh.
You know, it's these Lukeal Dawn escapades, and I think what people are just gonna love.
Combined?
Yeah.
Ready for this? Combined?
But it's going to go hand in hand with my acrobatics check.
It is a fucking 11.
An 11.
That's not hitting the fucking
Not
DC
as bad as
for
I thought
shit.
it was gonna
Not
be.
as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I.
But you grab her hand to try to keep her from falling, and she just takes you with her. So, what was that acrobatics check to see if you grab a branch?
7.
So y'all are just keep falling.
This is awful. This is so bad.
What do you do in this moment?
Try and grab another branch. I'm in a tree. What else do I do?
Yeah.
Call out to the squirrel?
Make another
Squirrel family!
Make an
I
acrobatics.
ask for your help! I plead!
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh my god. That's even worse.
It was even worse. Oh, yours was even worse?
Well, technically not. I got a 12.
No, I got
12.
I got a 6.
Dude, we're gonna be taking
6.
some fucking HP damage here. Some hit
So you
points.
guys are just continuing to fall. You're grabbing branches and they're just like ripping through your hands because you're being weighed down by a
is
200
anyone
pound
else
cannonball.
fucking outside to witness this at all? Is anyone?
I mean, there are some people like passers-by in the
Oh
night, but
my
it's kind of late.
Where's the fire department?
You have 2 more attempts to grab a branch.
All right. This fucking D20 is giving me some bad luck.
So this is another
Maybe just roll it.
acrobatics check.
Oh, it's an 11.
It's an 11.
Mine is a 22.
22.
Ah.
So 22.
Okay.
So you grab a branch about 20 feet above the ground, and in this moment, you grab it, and then your other hand, which is being held by Lukiel, just goes whoo, straight down. Now, you're going to need to make a strength check, and you're going to need to make a strength check to see if you stay a hold of her hand, and you need to make a strength check, make sure it doesn't pull you down.
Please. Please.
Hey, at least it like slowed your fall a little bit.
It did.
I had such good luck getting up to the top of this fucking tree, man. And I'm having some bad luck falling out of it. Oh, man. You said strength?
Yep.
4.
You got a 4.
It's a 4.
Okay, so 4. What did you get?
A 22.
Okay, so you hold on the branch. Lukiel just keeps going. He lets go of your hand and goes straight down.
A 4.
You got one more acrobatics check to see if you catch yourself about 10 feet above the ground.
I'm like using all of my other D20s. Hey, acrobatics.
Yes.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Thank the Lord.
You, as you're just about 10 feet above the ground, you grab a branch and it stops you and then you look down and you see just how fast that ground came up on you. But now we remember that you are also drunk. Survey says
Goodness.
that's a skull, friend.
Mm-mm.
So as you grab this branch,
No.
and it snaps,
No.
and you fall that 10 feet down.
No.
But he's 6 feet tall.
But not as fast, right?
With his arm extended,
That's so fucking
that's only
funny.
like 3
So you
feet.
you fall about 4 feet
But not like as
before your
fast,
feet hit
right?
the ground.
Not-
Yeah, you're not
Arm
going
extended.
as fast.
Okay.
Extended, that's another foot.
Okay.
So technically, I mean, the way fall damage works is it's 1d6 for every 10 feet. So I don't know what the ratio is for 4 feet. So you essentially just take like
Yeah, it wouldn't be any damage.
1 bludgeoning damage, if that.
Yeah.
So you do take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but you land on your feet. Your knees hurt a little bit.
I wish there was a way to specify what kind of damage you were taking. Because it's just, you just punch in 1, and then you just kind of...
Yeah, you just gotta look at your resistances and your
Bludgeoning?
vulnerabilities, and if it's not listed, then you just do the regular amount.
So, Dawn, you're still up in this tree. What are you doing? How's that? You just see Lukiel just go straight down.
I can't believe I fell out of that
stop for a
tree like that
moment,
way.
and then land on your feet.
I can't believe I fell out of that tree that way and only took 1 damage.
Woof.
What are you doing in this moment?
Find my footing, first of all, and then I start to climb down. And as I'm going down, I'm like, "You good, bud?"
I think we were in over our heads. This was kind of a bad idea. We probably should have just gone to bed. I don't really know why I did this.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
right.
Thought it'd be a cool bonding thing, but
Let's never have fun ever again.
let's not say that. We could still have fun, but
No.
maybe not climb trees in the dark of the night.
While you're inebriated.
Yeah, well, I just had like more drinks than I can even remember how many I had.
But that's my favorite.
It's
kind.
bedtime.
So Dawn climbs down slowly but surely.
I give him a once over. Make sure he's okay.
You give him a once over. You make sure he's good.
Okay.
Make sure I don't need to take him to Eliana to get anything fixed.
Oh no.
No,
You guys got some sap on your hands and some pine needles in your clothes and stuff, but you're all right. You guys are all good.
I pull a couple pine needles out of his hair. I'm like,
Yeah, some in your feathers or your wings. It's fine.
whatever.
And so you go inside and go to bed. As the night goes through, there is a bit of an uneventful bit of evening, and the morning comes later on, and you are all awoken by the morning sun.
The sun. It's like, do you wake up after you're drunk and you're like,
You have 3/4 of a hangover.
God. Trying to pull the fucking covers over my eyes, block out the sun. Like, God.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. As your night is uneventful, and you wake up in the next morning. Verity. You return home to your family abode after kind of hastily rushing there. What do you do?
Is Nadine home?
You approach the door. You see a light on inside. And you see that she is tending to the kitchen in the house.
Verity, in a very brisk walk, is gonna open the door, kind of try not to slam it,
Okay.
but probably ends up accidentally slamming it.
Okay. So you come in and like slam the door unintentionally. And Nadine is like, "Jeez, what? It's gotten into you. Be quiet. You're going to wake Mom."
You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Why would I not be?
It's complicated. And Verity's gonna kind of turn her head to look to her mother's mother's room, then turn back to Nadine. So there's a situation. Don't quite get mad at me. I might have a way to help Mom. You're going to hate me forever for it, though.
Okay, you're kind of being weirder than usual. Are you okay?
I'm not going to be after what I'm about to do. Just know So, context. In desperation, I might have made a pact, and now I kind of gotta I found a loophole for all of it, and gotta take care of the loophole so you don't die, Ammar's mom don't die. I need permission to come home.
What?
She's technically alive because I made a pact with a demon. Now, the only way to save your life is, and like Ammar's mom's life, is to possibly maybe kill her. I don't know what else to do.
And she comes over to you and puts her the back of her hand on your forehead. She's like, are you okay?
She swats her hand.
You having a fever?
No.
You're acting crazy.
I'm telling you the truth.
I mean, why would you say something like that?
Cause I don't know what else to do. Like it's not possible for me to just go to Draclavore and kill someone, and I'm not risking your life. I don't know what else to do.
You're not gonna kill Mom.
Nadine,
I won't let you.
Nadine, she should have died a long time ago. The only reason she's here is because of this stupid pact.
Why would you say that? Don't. No.
I'm so sorry.
And she crosses and steps in front of her mother's door.
Nadine, please move.
No.
Verity's going to Misty step into her mom's room and lock the door.
Okay. So you Misty step into your mother's room and you hear like a click of the door, and you just hear on the other side like Nadine essentially like furiously pounding on the door on the other side. Just like doof 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 doof, just like screaming, yelling your name, yelling no.
Verity's, because I imagine she's still facing the door, kind of turns around to see her, look at her mom, and she's going to like squeeze her mom's hand.
Okay.
And just wake her up gently.
Okay.
Mom, I have a question for you because I don't want to do this without your permission.
What is it, dear?
The reason you're all in this pain is because of me. And I made a deal with something that I shouldn't have done. And now Nadine's life and another's life is on the line. And the only loophole I can find is you. Because you're the reason why this pact is a thing.
I don't know what you're saying, dear.
The only loophole I can find is to kill you.
And she's barely faint. Like acknowledgement of you in the room.
I need your permission, Mom.
Barely understanding what it is you're saying. She only hears the words, "I need your permission." And she says, "Sure, whatever you need to do."
Mom, you understanding what I'm saying?
I'm very tired, dear. It's hard for me to make out what you're saying.
Say hello to Dad for me. And I'm going to take the dagger and go right through the sternum like she did with the navigator.
I'm going to have you roll your d20 for an attack.
Just straight up.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Just a 4?
Just a 4.
Okay. Given that your mother is unarmored, prone, you raise the knife and you swing it down. And just as it gets close, her hand jumps out and grabs your wrist as she sits up in the bed with her eyes blackened.
Don't like that.
And you hear, "I think this is the way to get away from me. Think again. You didn't think that I wouldn't consider this as an option?" You're going to have to try harder than that. And she, holding your wrist, takes your hand and straight into your chest.
Well, bye, Verity.
Into your chest?
Into Verity's chest.
Well, bye.
And you take 35 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As the knife is pushed straight through out of your back.
Damn.
And as she floats, gets up and she starts to kind of float out of this bed. And these black tendrils kind of start to kind of irradiate off of her back. And it shoots one out and it grabs you by the throat and lifts you up. Think again when making your decisions. I'd advise you not to cross me again. And the tendril throws it this way and you end up flying out the window of your mother's bedroom out into the yard. Rolling into the dirt.
Just lays there.
Blood kind of dripping out onto the grass. And the knife sticking through you, essentially.
I just lay there and cry.
Okay. So you sit there and you cry for a moment. Maybe a few moments. How is it that you get up? Or to prevent yourself from dying?
I'm gonna go, she's gonna go on all fours,
Okay.
very slowly, and then stand up. Because I still have 2 Misty Steps left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and Misty Step that 60 feet
Okay.
and get as close as I can to the inn.
Okay. So you're going to use both the Misty Steps to kind of go...
To get as close as I can.
So you Misty Step, and as you kind of go... As it gets you, and you land at the base of the tree beside the inn. Kind of on the ground in the street.
I have my window open. Would I see her from here?
Well, and what time is it?
You're right.
Does she see any feathers on the ground?
God damn it.
It's been a couple hours since you guys had returned to you four had returned to the inn, so you had kind of already been there for a bit. I would say your room is essentially on the second floor. And if I'm remembering correctly, yours was facing outward.
I have no idea, so whatever you say
I think
goes.
it was because you were facing outward to get to be able to view the stars. You wanted to see. So you unfortunately would not see.
Cool.
In this moment.
Once getting to like that base of the tree, Verity will yell out like Eira, Eliana repeatedly.
You guys can make perception checks to see if you hear anything.
And all of us?
I'm trying to figure out if it's been 4 hours since Eira's gotten back. Because she was going to get up after her 4 hours and head to the Adventurer's Refuge. So she's heading out the door soon anyway. I just don't know what time it is.
Roll the perception check first. You don't have to, Eira. The other ones do.
15.
15.
All of my new dice are
7.
hiding.
7, so Dawn does not hear anything. Eliana with the 15. Luke Heel is hungover and passed out.
Sure am.
Unfortunately, your calls for help are unheard. But as you are yelling out the names of your companions, Eira steps foot out the front door of the inn. And she sees you hunched over, drenched in blood, as it's pooling down onto the ground below you, as you're trying to crawl towards the inn.
What? Hold on. Okay.
Help me.
This is gonna hurt. And she grabs a dagger, rips it out,
Give me
and
a strength check.
Okay. Okay. 18 plus 3 plus 2.
That's 23? 23?
Yeah, 23.
Okay. As you do, it's...
And then immediately with her other hand does 28 points of lay on hands. Because that's all she has is 28
Okay.
points. Because she'd use... Actually, no. She would have her full 30 because she
You long rested,
had
yeah.
long rested. So yeah, it's 30 points.
So the 30 points will seal up and kind of heal this, like, cavernous wound kind of in the center of your sternum.
What the fuck happened to you?
I pissed the patron off.
How?
I tried going through a loophole.
That doesn't work with... At least I would assume that doesn't work with devil entities.
I didn't know. I thought I would try.
She pulls out a warm blueberry muffin and hands it to Verity.
Verity takes it and just holds it while clearly shaking.
You're supposed to eat that. Makes you feel better.
I tried to kill my mom.
As the loophole?
She's only alive because of the stupid pact. Like I kill people for it, and she remains alive. And it was gonna kill Nadine, and if I did my job, then Ammar's mother would have died, and I didn't know how I was even gonna be able to do that.
So, 1, A+ for creativity. Who's your primary target? Is it your sister?
What was Ammar's mother's name again?
Look in the front of the book.
I look in the front of the book.
There's no names on the page.
His mother. So Verity, like, she does open and see that it's not there, and she just starts shaking even more. Like, I don't understand what's happening anymore.
What is its name? I'm assuming Eira doesn't know its name. Yeah, no, she doesn't.
The Emperor did say the patron's name in front of you.
Let's pretend Eira doesn't know.
Erebus.
Okay. It's on an earlier page, but fuck it.
Excuse me.
Is it going to be worse now? Do you think? Assumptions wise?
I think if I had any second chance, this would be it.
Well, you're metaphorically in bed with a demon. They're not known. Again, assumptions wise, something goes by the name of a demon, I don't think would be forgiving.
I don't know what to do.
Well,
And I would think in this moment, given how weak from blood loss, even though she is healed, she would kind of collapse into your arms at this moment. So you're kind of holding her up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would be on the ground with her. I wouldn't
Well,
have
yeah,
made
you'd
her
still
stand
be kind
up.
of like
Yeah.
holding her essentially.
Well, whatever's coming next, you're not doing it alone.
Thank you.
That is, if you even want to stay after that.
I do.
So, how do we get to Draclavor and kill your ex-boyfriend's mother? We can't leave them here. We can just go have a little midnight rendezvous.
I'm sorry. You want? I don't think that's. She already apparently doesn't like me. I don't think you want to go into a vampire's nest.
I don't know. Would that?
What time is it, DM?
It's got to be at least like 3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 a.m. It's in
Yeah.
the middle of the night.
We don't have to.
I mean the name's no longer there. I don't know if even if she's a target right now.
Do you know if your sister is safe?
No.
I would assume if you...
I kind of...
Who put that dagger in you? Did your sister do that? That's impressive. She's a librarian.
So, like, the demon kind of possessed my mother and then took my own dagger while it was still in my hand and, like, thrusted it through. So I technically myself, but at the same time I didn't, and...
Do you know if your mother survived the possession?
I would assume it would, yeah. I mean, I would assume so.
What are the terms of your pact? As long as she is alive, you are bound?
All I know is I, like, kill people in exchange for her to remain alive.
So if there's no name for you to kill, is she alive? Should we go check?
Can I make a history check?
You were thrown out the window.
I'm taking off my ring for this. 15.
What is it you would like to know?
From previous, kills. If I do successfully kill someone, she's good. She's alive.
I would say that's the case in the past. However, with everything that has just happened, it's not necessarily...
The rules have changed.
It's not exactly... This has never happened before. There's never been essentially there's never been a name that you are given, whether it be through the voice or on the book itself, because you haven't had the book technically until recently. So all the times the names has been given to you, there's never been a point where the name was taken back that you are aware of.
Yeah, I think maybe. Nadine also thinks that I kind of locked Nadine out because I did try and ask her permission, and she's going to be really pissed with me. So having you there might also help.
Well, what I will say is I will not be a big scary dog on this one.
I don't expect you to.
Okay.
I just need your support. Probably physically as well as emotionally, because I don't know if I can stand right now.
Fair. Have you eaten the muffin? It helps. She's like Remus Lupin with chocolate with these muffins.
I know. I should really just give you the spell Goodberry and just flavor it as these muffins. That way you can heal people a little bit with them.
Verity slowly takes a bite of the muffin.
So are you heading back to your home? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm bracing her, I guess.
So you're kind of helping her kind of walk as you guys are heading back to Verity's house. You approach the home and you see there's still a light on in the home. Do you go inside?
Yes. More gently with the door this time around.
Does Eira open the door for you? Because I don't know if you can do that.
Probably.
Okay.
So you open the door, and as you're the sound of the door opening, Nadine steps out of your mother's room and says, "Get out,
Nadine.
go. You're not welcome here anymore. Our mother's window's broken. She was on the ground by the time I broke the door down. Go. You have 5 minutes to get whatever you need out of this house, and then you just go the fuck somewhere else and never come back. You stay away from Mom."
Okay. And Verity looks like, "Can you help me?
Of course.
Things?"
And Nadine kind of backs into the doorway of the mother's room and is kind of just very much posted there, is kind of immovable.
She's fairly small, right? She's not...
About the same size as Verity, if not a little bit smaller.
Okay.
And so you go into your room and gather the things that you look around for and stuff into your pack.
Just very light items.
Mm-hmm.
Spare clothing would be nice, especially since Stella's still wearing hers.
Are there photos or anything?
Verity would probably grab some photos of her and Nadine, their mom. Probably one with Ammar, if any. and then head out. Just like very bare essentials.
And you see, like, because like Nadine has her like arms kind of crossed like in the doorway, and you see her hands, even though she's like the same kind of red skin as you, it's purpled as like the bruises. And there's like very much like signs of like dried like tears on her face, as well as they're welled up in her eyes, as she kind of is just like staring you down as you like leave the home.
Eira lets Verity go out first, and she just stops very briefly and says to Nadine, "From what I understand, your name was on a list to be murdered. So your sister looked to find an alternative, a woman who's barely surviving, or a young girl with a future ahead of her. So she chose to upset something much more powerful than any of us to save your life. Cast her out, but reach out to her once you've calmed down." And she just walks out.
And she doesn't respond. Okay. So you leave the home. Do you make your way back to the inn?
Where do you want to
going
go?
In this moment?
I know you wanted to go to the refuge this morning.
Is the refuge even open this early in the morning?
I figured it'd be a 24-hour establishment.
I think a guild hall, yeah. Guild halls would potentially have some loose hours.
Yeah, I have a friend that might be there. Not quite sure. She was gone when I left. If we can go there.
Get some coffee. Look like you need it.
Something. And then she's gonna try and reach for the sending stone and pull it out. And it's 25 words.
Yes.
Your mother's name is no longer on the list. Nadine kicked me out for trying to kill Mom to end it. Goodbye.
Okay. So you still propping up Verity a little bit and hobble your way to the Adventurer's Refuge. As you approach this massive wooden structure that's covered in plaques and kind of engravings detailing past quests and victories, there's like flags from different guilds and things that would kind of make up this all-encompassing kind of adventuring situation. They hang above the door, along with lanterns that kind of are flickering with like a little bit of a magical, like orangish glow. From what you can see through the windows as you approach, that there is some light on inside, very faint, and there's some kind of smoke trailing out of the smokestack in the top of the guild hall, as if like a small fire is lit on the inside. And as you enter, the doors kind of like the double doors creak open, echoing into the hall. The main hall is like sturdy oak tables kind of lining, high back chairs. There's a small fire that's kind of in the central hearth that's kind of lit. There is, you notice like the back counter, a quest board behind it, things like that. You don't see many at all, really anybody around or alive, lively in like the.
They're all dead.
I didn't mean it like that. There is not much life in this area at this moment, given the time of day it is. There maybe is like a couple of drunken people passed out, kind of laying like their head down on the table, whatever.
And for flavor, Alyer is asleep in Eira's faux fur-lined hood.
Okay. There is a small kind of half elf that is standing behind like what looks like a bar-ish type area. she looks like kind of is like wiping down the bar and just kind of has like bespeckled glasses, and she looks over and says, "Oh, hello. There's not really much of quests given out at this time, but you're welcome to take a load off. We will be up for business in a few hours. Do you need anything particularly?
Do you have
Can I
any
get to you right now?
just coffee?
Yes, absolutely. Is your friend all right?
Are you all right?
Are we ever all right?
I'll make some healing tea as well in case you need
Thank
it."
you.
And she kind of turns and kind of like starts messing with like a kettle on top of like a small induction burner.
Because I would assume that like there would probably be a rip in
she's
in your jacket from where the dagger
a
went
lot
in.
of blood there.
Yeah. So kicked out.
Yeah.
Tried to bypass a patron.
It was stupid, I know.
Did I hear the sending stone message?
No, it's all in there.
Oh, okay.
In the head when they grab the stone and touch it.
Never mind. So you have decided to leave with us? I guess later today?
If it's still okay.
So that, I mean, of course it's okay, but so you're just gonna, but he's so nice.
He's engaged. Not of his own accord.
Still complicates things.
A little.
But if he's, the head of his people, I don't think he has much of a choice.
No, his mother set it up.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah. Fucking bitch.
Damn.
The half elf brings over, because you guys are sitting at like one of the tables now. She brings over like a few larger like cups of coffee, and then there is a small like kind of almost like white porcelain, like cracked porcelain, but it's a mug that has like this it almost looks like it's a matcha green type tea, but it's not actually matcha. It has like this. Yeah. It's a lot of like floating kind of bits of herbs and stuff like that, as well as like there's kind of like this wound group of like leaves and herbs that are kind of sitting at the side of it, as it creates like this like healing salve it's essentially the equivalent of a healing salve, but in a tea form. That's what I meant to say. And she sets it down and says, if your friend needs any, there probably is a bunch of spare clothes laying around that we potentially can get you to change into if you need to. I know there's a lot of
That would be.
It's not the first time we've seen blood in here, but it's that's if you need it.
It's a little early in the day. We understand.
Yeah.
Verity just looks at herself like, that would be amazing.
All right, I'll go see what I can scrounge up.
Thank you.
And she kind of ventures off.
So I did not apologize for last night, but I am sorry for that. I put some mess from earlier people on you, and that was not okay. And I am sorry for that.
I appreciate your apology. And I accept it. And I also apologize for not being more open and willing to accept your help, even when I asked for it. That's not okay.
I think that's the thing that probably set me off the most. It's like, you're like, hey, can you help me? And we're like, yeah, sure, great. And then we help you, and you're like, wait, no.
Yeah, and
it's like, if you don't want help, that's okay.
They're just kind of looks at her bloody clothes. It's like, This is why.
Get stabbed by your mother who's possessed by your patron?
Surprisingly, that's a first, but it's also not the weirdest thing I've dealt with, I feel like. I mean, at least I can mark that off my bucket list for eternity.
Stabbed by possession, yeah. I'd only heard stories about that stuff.
It was so weird and creepy. I thought she was going to start crawling on the ceiling.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a nap?
I would love a nap.
You would love a nap.
And Verity just kind of leans her head on Eira's shoulder.
Is there like a couch?
Yeah, there are some couches. Kind of, the hearth is in the center, so it kind of like it's almost like this wood burning stove that kind of radiates heat around. But there are some like other fireplaces and things that are kind of around the edge. The half elf comes back with some clothes and says, here's some clothes that I found. Hopefully they'll fit. If not, I can potentially kind of whip up some, kind of use a little bit of magic to make them fit. And you're welcome to your friend. Does look a little tired. If you want, I can get one of the fires set, and you can rest over at the sofas there.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Yes. I'll right away. And she kind of like heads over and starts.
This place, why didn't we just come here?
Huh?
She's great.
I mean, I don't come here that often just to see my like best friend, but
She's like the best hostess I think I've ever met.
yeah,
Anywhere.
they're pretty chill here.
Go change.
Okay.
You can't do that out here. You can, but it'd be weird. When the drunks wakes up, that could be awkward for you.
Verity goes and changes.
Okay. She like hobbles her way over to like one of the restrooms and stuff, and is able to change. And you come back out, and Eira is sitting on one of the sofas, and you kind of plop down next to her and kind of rest your head on your shoulder as you
She
kind of
like lifts her one arm up and says to Verity, like, Jax will be jealous, but it's fine. And like motions for you to like put your head on her lap.
Verity does so
Okay.
without hesitation.
And Eira's already taken her cloak off and gotten all your out of the hood. So when she does lay down, she puts her cloak over
Okay.
Verity.
And Oir's, I feel like Oir would be kind of just like resting up on your shoulder, or like next to you on
Or
the
he's
other
on
side.
like the armrest
Yeah.
or something.
And Verity ends up getting to sleep. Now, back to our other group. Now awaking to the day
Oh, God.
as the sun breaks through the windows,
My eyes.
and Lucio waking up from his hangover. Dawn.
No hangover. No hangover.
Oh, well,
Remember?
right.
Three-fourths hangover.
3/4 hangover.
Okay.
Eliana waking up, and then Dawn as well. Jax wakes up to an empty bed, and is concerned, but he grabs his things and kind of meets the rest of you down at the kind of the lobby of the inn. So as you all reconvene down at the lobby of the inn, how do you approach one another?
We're missing one.
Yeah, she didn't.
She come back last night?
She was there when I got there, and she was gone this morning. So I'm assuming she went to go meet Verity, but
Probably.
I guess that's the best course of action. She didn't really leave a note. But
Suppose we could head there first. When's
So-
the boat leaving again?
it's. I think it was this afternoon.
Yeah, it was like late afternoon, evening.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Jack.
I do. So I think we have some time, I guess.
Well, we're not going to get on the boat without her, so
Yeah, and she
let's
said
go find her.
she was going to be there in the morning. So yeah, I suppose. If everyone else is, I guess if there's a consensus.
Are you good there, Chief?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Let's go find them, I guess.
Yes. I have a little bit of a hangover. I don't really feel that great, so
I tried to help last night, but
Yeah,
I guess
well-
it didn't help enough.
I mean it helped.
Yeah.
I just still feel crappy, so
Yeah, you did have a lot.
yeah.
Okay.
We can thank this guy, so
I just gave him the money. So
What,
He-
what are
well,
you
that's
rolling
a
over
big
there?
old tumble.
I dropped my D6. So yeah, so you guys kind of venture out of the inn, and through some looking around in the town, you finally make your way over to the adventurers' refuge. You guys also see the same like large wooden structure. It's like a massive kind of guild hall. Different flags kind of hanging above the doorway. A lot more life at this time of day. There's some adventurers kind of like making their way in, looking for quests. They're all like wearing a lot of gear. As you enter into the guild hall and you kind of see all those like oak tables and the questing board and stuff. There's a lot of people planning their next venture, as well as like at the back counter, kind of making deals about the bounty board with the proprietor of the business. You see it's like a large like dragonborn. He's like a silver dragonborn kind of at the back. Kind of making like haggling with different people and kind of talking to different adventurers kind of about the you guys see the same like half elf kind of tending around to different people and bringing food to them at the tables and things. And as you kind of make your way through looking around, you see Eira and Verity over in kind of one of the corners.
Do they see Verity? Or is Verity
Well,
still
they see
asleep?
you see Eira. You don't see Verity because she's like laying down, but you see Eira. But as you make your way over to Eira, you see that Verity is with her.
Well, I guess that's that. She's coming with us.
Well, you haven't seen Verity yet.
I thought we made it our way over there to you.
They did, yeah. They made their way over to you, and they saw like that, like Verity was.
Oh,
laying
did
down
you
your
say
lap.
that where Eira could hear you?
Yeah, I'm standing right next to you.
Oh, shh, shh. She points down. Shh. She tried to kill her mother.
Whoa.
What?
And then her mother got possessed. And then the demon that possessed her mother stabbed her in the chest. She's freaking tired. Let her sleep.
Okay.
A lot happened last night.
Yeah.
So
Go get breakfast. Let her sleep. Honey, can you please get Eira some fruit, please?
sure.
Should we bring her some breakfast?
Well, ask what she wants when she wakes up.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
figured
where-
by the time we go.
Shh. Hushed tones. Lucio.
by the time
Hushed tones.
Why are we whispering?
she's sleeping.
Because Verity's asleep.
Do you pay attention when people speak? Exactly.
Most of the time,
But
not all of the time.
I just figured we could go get her food, and then when we come
What
back.
if it's
to
not what she
dinner-
wants?
I'm so sorry.
Could be something else.
Okay, I'm just okay.
Why is she allowed to talk like normal, but we have to whisper like this?
Because her normal voice is quiet and dainty, while your natural state is to scream.
Well, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go get some food for all of us.
Lucio rolls his eyes exactly like I just did. No one saw it, but I rolled my eyes hardcore over at Eliana.
Does Verity hear them walk up and like this whole thing? Like how whispering can sometimes be louder than actually just talking.
Would that be passive perception?
Yeah, because you're asleep. Yeah, that would be
18.
passive. Yeah, so you're essentially starting to hear like a lot of the like.
Are you acting like you're still asleep?
Which is honestly though, but no, for real, I feel like with you hearing a bunch of whispers would wake your ass right up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Verity like shoots up.
Oh no.
Everyone's here. You're okay.
Verity's eyes like darts everywhere.
Do you want food?
Sure.
Okay.
Completely psychologically stable, this one.
Do I get a point of exhaustion?
You will, since you only got 4 hours of sleep.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Excellent. Thank you.
you're welcome.
For the gracious gift of exhaustion.
So Eliana, as you go get some food, you talk to the half elf that's kind of at the bar and says, hi, welcome to the Adventurers Refuge. What can I get for you today?
This lady has the exact same voice as Eliana, and I love it. We're just whisper talking to each other. If you think
Didn't
about
even
it.
think about it, but yeah.
Hi.
Fuck.
All right.
I just want you guys to go what back and forth. Like, what was that?
Hi, could I get some, I guess just like a variety of things.
Yeah, we're serving waffles with waffles and some pieces of cheese, some strawberries, kind of some eggs, figs, pine nuts served with prunelle. So,
Oh, the pine nuts sound good. Yeah, I'll get some of those. I'll bring them over for a party. Thank you. How much for that?
it'll just be 2 gold a plate. Essentially, you kind of like mix and match for the plate, whichever you'd like.
Okay.
And like Jax kind of comes over behind you and is like, "Yeah, I need some fruit." Yeah, sure. Oh, right away. Yeah, absolutely. And she kind of like sets like a plate of fruit down and she says, "Oh, that'll just be 5 silver for that." And he's like, "Yep." And he like kind of like hands it to her and takes the bowl and kind of like turns kind of and just like he's pretty quick like in and out just because there's a sense of urgency that he has that you can kind of see as he's like kind of passing you by.
Is he perturbed?
What?
I think it's more of concern
Whoa.
rather than irritation.
Define, please.
Bothered.
Perturbed.
Annoyed.
Oh. The more you know.
Dawn is over there too, and she looks down at the woman. What I was gonna say, lunch lady.
The half elf.
Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
And
Breakfast lady.
everything she just said, Dawn is like, "Yep, 2 of those," and like gestures to all of it.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's a large platter for her, and so you need just.
Two large platters for her.
Well, I was just gonna put 2 servings of each onto one big platter, so you don't have to carry 2 plates.
That's
It's
so sweet
easier.
of you. It's for my hungover friend. But I
I just
appreciate.
assumed it.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like,
sorry.
no.
That's
No.
why
It
I'm
happens. It happens. And honestly, I would, but I'll save my appetite for lunch. Thank you, though. Dawn takes it as a compliment.
So you just want the nuts.
I was just gonna get a plate of each item
Okay.
and then bring them over, so we could like a la carte, like split them up. Like
Okay. You can still do that.
I want to do that
Yeah.
big.
Okay. So
That's
it'll
vibey.
just be 25 or no. I guess in total it would probably be like 10 or 12 gold just because it's 2
Okay.
Well, no, 10 gold because it's 2 plates of stuff just with a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So 10 gold for that. 10 golds for you because it's the 2 plates worth of stuff. Take it out of your inventory. I'm going to be a little sticky. Items? No. Gold? Yes. Make sure you take it out.
Take it out. Take it out.
I'll hold a running ledger of
Damn.
okay, so you guys are make sure gold values are
Add it to my tab.
added to the tabs. So she kind of goes off to kind of get the food and stuff. And very quickly comes back out of the kitchen with the 2 plates for you and the platter for her worth of food. Says, yeah, here you go. I was able to get all that ready for you. Is there anything else you need?
That is all. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. If you guys need any coffee or tea or anything or any drinks.
Lukeel's
we
here
can-
too.
You're up at... Okay.
Where else would he
Lukeal,
be?
I got you food.
Can I get just like a big, and I mean a big,
A big
pitcher of like just water? You guys have water?
Yeah, absolutely. And she kind of like takes there's like a stein of it and she kind of like pours it.
Can I just like no? Can I just have the? Can I have that? Like the.
Oh, yeah. And she grabs like a different one that's full and kind of like, here you go. You can take that. We got plenty of water.
Thank you. I had a bit of a rough time at the tavern last night, as you could probably imagine.
Oh, we see that a lot around here, so I'm not surprised.
As you could probably imagine.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Lukeal.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the water.
Okay.
Like I said, if there's
What's your name?
I'm sorry for him.
my name is it's Lysa.
Lisa?
Lysa.
Lisa.
It's pronounced Lysa, but spelled Lysa, so Lysa.
Oh, it's like a weird spell. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Lysa, for the water. I really appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
I love this fucking awkward ass interaction. Just so hungover. He's like, dude, thank you so much. You have no idea how much life this is about to give me right now. This dang water.
So you take the food, the water, the plates, and you all kind of make your way back over to Verity and Eira and Jax.
Does anybody want water?
I'll take some.
Here you go.
Pour it on her?
I don't have a cup.
No. She just changed into those clothes.
Hey,
geez,
Lysa, do you
Lukeal.
guys have cups? My friend over here needs a cup. I don't know if y'all have. I would
Well,
imagine.
she would have her mug from the tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but he's calling for her from across the way, being that guy.
Okay, why are you so loud?
I'm trying. Do you want water or not? I'm getting you a cup, girl. Hold on.
She's been through a lot.
She just looked at you. What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Verity starts searching the room for a half-orc woman.
So,
Just
talking
in general?
to the silver older dragonborn in the back, again, he has the kind of silver tarnished scales, and he's wearing a kind of like a guild master pin. You see a 6 foot tall, with dark brown, almost black, kind of tattered hair, half up, half down hairdo. Some of it's kind of braided in a messy bun almost. Greenish skin, small tusks, massive heavy eyeliner on. Is wearing armor and is kind of haggling with the guild master.
That's hot.
Yeah, I like a good haggle.
So you see her, kind of, as you're sitting up on the couch, you kind of see her over kind of towards because you guys are towards kind of off to the one side, towards the back of the building anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost it's if almost you're looking over the couch, you can see her from, I think about 10 feet away.
Verity's gonna wave her arm just casually at her.
You see that she's very much locked into this deal that she's trying to make with the guildmaster at the moment.
Bitch, get over here.
My God. And I thought I was being
are
rude
you?
to ask for a cup.
Right.
Listen, I've been best friends with her for long as I can remember.
makes
Oh, you guys have a history.
Well, this is the
of
first
what?
time we're hearing about your best friend in your hometown, and we're leaving today.
You don't know anything about my best friend.
Is that son of a bitch, Verity?
You damn straight it is. Get over here.
Why is everyone from the South?
Isn't your best friend's name Lil? Lil? I met her.
Who is this?
Eliana's talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm deflecting.
And you see the
I fucking know.
the orc walks over to the group. What the hell are you doing in here? You don't come to the Adventurers Refuge that much.
Yeah, I know,
You should have tracked me
Fodra.
down, didn't you?
I
She
don't.
slams back like the tankard of ale that she's got in her hand.
You
Dawn's bestie.
Oh, man.
Dawn's like side eye, like in a good way over at her.
Side-eye.
And like then looking back at the rest of the group and being like, any of y'all want to make another fucking comment about drinking?
Unless
It's cool when she does it.
unless you want to be shmammered on a boat later today.
I am 8
Well,
feet
I
tall.
also,
I can have an ale in the morning.
I guess I also just don't know anything how much she drinks. You just drink like every night. It's kind of concerning.
Oh shoot,
I
that's
am-
nothing.
8 feet tall. It is okay.
I drink on the hour, every hour.
I got my girl. Well, I'll be.
What's her name?
I'm
What's your name?
concerned for your liver.
I'm not.
The name's Fodra.
Damn.
Fodra?
Fodra.
Fodra. Okay.
Fodra.
So, Fodra.
With a PH or an F?
Fodra.
Verity looks at her in orc. Nadine kicked me out.
You say this is an orc?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. So what are you going to do now?
I'm leaving for Rivermire with them tonight. All in orc still.
And she's responding in that. So it's like, you just hear like this like orc like kind of like going back and forth between the two of them. How'd you get mixed up? How'd you get mixed up with these folk?
Oh, you know, just traveling, kind of similar to you, you know. Killed a man with them.
Well, sounds like normal day's work for me. I just got back from Draclavore after the new Tide Forge Concord was set up.
Were you there last night?
I was there. I got back in last night, so I slept it off and about to get back out there. You know, got to keep making that money.
Okay. Hearing Draclavore, she's like,
Speaking of, have you seen Ammar yet? I know he's been around here. He's the new head honcho over there.
Eira, I feel a little left out.
Do any of you speak Orcish on your?
I do not.
sheet?
I traded orc for sign language.
Yeah, I don't got it either. On his
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah, I checked. I don't have it.
It's Greek to me.
yeah. We
Ira hears Verity
The name.
stammering and taps her on the shoulder. Psst. Can you tell the rest of the class what's going on? Please? I'd like to know if she's about to kill us.
Lakil notices Ira's demeanor. What's happening? What's going on?
like in comment, she's not going to kill all y'all.
What are you? What's going on?
What are you freaking out about?
Yeah.
Well, I heard Ammar's name.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a name.
What's going on? Did he give you hemorrhoids?
No.
Just spreading
Dude,
the misconception about how hemorrhoids works is so good.
For the last time, the man doesn't have hemorrhoids. Okay? We actually had a discussion about it. How he would tell me if he did. Actually, I don't think he actually said that, but
Did you give him hemorrhoids?
I don't think I can give someone hemorrhoids.
What's Fadra doing? Is she just like, what the fuck's happening?
Oh, she went over to the bar and got another drink.
Yeah, she did.
While y'all were like bickering, she kind of just like is like, all right. So she went over to Chris, like, filled it up, and she came and she's like walking back over.
Fotra was at Draklavor.
Oh.
Yeah, had to bring them some supplies. They get them all set up because they're guess they're gearing up for a venture inland eventually. Got some fancy thing they got going on over past Green Valley there in the forest.
And Verity kind of just like digs her head into her hands.
Eira's gonna make a leap, so let her just make a leap.
Okay.
Into the air, 7 feet, grabs hold of the chandelier, spins around, and lands on her hands. Plot twist.
Does your dude have something to do with that?
Verity kind of looks between Fodra and Eira's like, Ammar's mother set up a marriage thing, but an arranged marriage between 2 vampire colonies.
Shoot, that's what the brood mother's got cooking up. Damn.
How is that relevant to you?
That's who I was out there setting up supplies for him. She's a real piece of work, I'll tell you that.
Setting up supplies, like setting up a venue?
No, I had to bring them supplies because they need a ship to be able to venture out inland. Crates of food, supplies, things to suck the blood out of. I guess I don't know.
That's
a foul joke, but okay.
Don laughed.
I mean, that's what they eat. I don't know.
How do you feel about that, Verity?
Horrible.
Oh. So where do you and Ammar stand?
Fuck if I know. I should have asked that before he ran off. To be fair, he had a valid reason, though. He had a very valid reason.
If you ask me, it's a bit of a shit or get off the pot situation. And
Fodra.
oh, I'm just saying.
That's what it is.
Is she like a Shorzy?
Does she get to come with us if you join us, Verity? Because I am here for this.
Verity is joining us.
Great. Is she included?
Nah, you couldn't afford me.
I was about to say, she's got a steep price for... Worth it, but
Sell
steep.
sword like me, I don't think y'all four gonna have the budget for it.
Oh, yeah.
But your opinions are
There's
free.
some nice wings on you there, bud. She like
Oh,
winks and
thanks.
like shoots a finger gun at you.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing. You into it?
Hey, I've been known to take a fly or two,
Hey,
What
same
is
here.
happening?
He knows a really nice
Mixed up, with
tree.
a, mixed up with a few
7:15 in
Eira
the
cocktails back,
You're so
Hey, sweet
right.
thing, you still serving breakfast?
What you eating?
It is 7:15. Eira's like, guys, it is 7:15 in the morning.
Anything you got?
Lucio?
I think
Flirting has
you
no
guys-
time limit.
I think you guys could make that a private conversation.
He knows a really great
Wow.
tree.
As long as you're on the boat by the time it leaves this evening, Lucio,
Yeah.
I don't care what you do
Oh,
with your
we've
day.
got plenty of time.
He only needs a couple minutes.
And how would you know there?
She
Tall drink of
doesn't.
water.
She doesn't. It's the group's been poking fun at me ever since I joined.
Ever since he was in a
No.
hut.
No. There's a moment. You know, Lucio.
Wait, what?
Okay. But besides the point, what she said is not true.
I don't remember
I'll be
if
the judge of
Eliana
that.
was there or Cindy was there. I think Eliana was there.
Eliana was there.
Ayo.
Oh yeah, she took it.
been a while.
Anyway, so you don't know where you staying with Ammar. Are you gonna see him again before you leave? Or no?
But you did get to see him while you were here?
Oh, she got to see him. Had dinner a couple of times.
Oh, I know that face.
What is that face? What does that face mean?
You shut it.
I want to know what that face means. Can I know what that face means, please? You can pet my hobble.
Verity got to see Ammar. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh.
Verity.
I don't get it.
So you ruined a perfectly good evening by getting stabbed in the chest. Puncturing along.
What?
I guess you could say 2 people got stabbed, if you know what I'm saying.
Technically only one got stabbed.
Yeah,
I like your
twice.
sense of humor.
What? You stabbed Ammar?
No, honey. Only one person got stabbed, but in 2 different ways.
No wonder she's your best friend. She's cool.
I get it now.
Yeah, no, we got into a fight one time in like the younger grades, and we've been best friends ever since.
I can see why. She's fun. I like you.
Me
Good
too.
Wow.
I don't want to. You see that tall drink of water over there? She points at Jax.
And Jackson's
Leave me out of this.
Jax is out of it.
And then spilling the beans in Orc again. Before finding out about the whole marriage thing, I might have said yes and made it awkward.
I just feel like we're.
I guess better late than never, huh?
Well, it's never now.
Well, you know. Never say never. I've learned that more in ways than one.
Incoming, what does that mean?
I don't know what that means, Verity, because we can't understand anything you guys are saying.
Why are you having this conversation in Orc?
Because there's some things you want to keep between best friends. And y'all have already interrogated me enough about my love life last
That
night.
feels a little
about
bit
me?
selective. Yeah. We don't keep secrets.
Some secrets are okay.
It's fine.
It just feels a little weird when we're standing right here. I mean, I can walk away if you want to, share secrets.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
give you
I literally
privacy.
walked out of a saloon with a ball gag in my mouth. So, well, actually, no. The markings
the
of one.
impression.
Sorry, what?
The impression of one. So we don't really keep secrets around here. So why are you talking to Orc?
Fine.
Your
Fine.
friend's cool. Why don't you just talk normal?
Fine. I said yes to Ammar.
For what?
What does that mean?
I hope
Yes,
you
to what?
consented.
She was going to marry him. Then it was too little too late on what she said.
Oh,
Marion?
This
You're
sugar
gonna
get off the
marry
pot thing makes more
Ammar
sense
last
now.
night?
No,
Not. Listen,
Oh my
listen,
gosh.
we had a deep conversation
Oh, I know where this is
Oh,
going.
I bet.
in multiple ways. And then that whole found out about the whole thing. He doesn't want to marry her. He doesn't even know her.
That is how arranged marriages go. Via your mother.
Sometimes your father.
Man, maybe I should have just killed the bitch.
Oh my.
Which bitch?
I don't think we just kill
I'm
people to
surprised
solve
you
our
didn't.
problems.
I offered.
This is killing my energy. This
Well,
is killing
I
my
didn't know
mood.
how to. I've never been to Traclavore. And I feel like that'd be some heavy ass security, and I don't think Ammar would have appreciated it.
Yeah, I have this weird feeling killing his mother is not exactly the way to his heart.
Have we asked him though?
I'll tell you what, it's not an easy place to get to either. You got to hold your breath for a long time. This one might like it, though. She points at Dawn.
Dawn blushes. Like, even more pink than she already is.
That's funny.
I don't get it.
It's okay. honey. It's okay.
I know it's.
She,
I know
she,
it's.
like puts her hand on Eliana's shoulder.
That was Allie, not Eliana. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it.
We'll tell you later.
Okay.
We'll tell you when you're
I
older.
know it's a sex joke, but I don't get it anyway.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yikes.
So you, lot happened last night.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
You stabbed yourself.
Oh, just a tiny bit.
What's
No, she didn't stab herself.
okay?
I mean, in a
When
way.
you hear like a brutish man like yelling from the thing. Bodra, you coming? And he's
damn it.
It's like, I'll be there in a second. Just kind of like slaps Verity on the shoulder, like, all right, I gotta get out of here.
No,
I gotta go
wait,
kill
wait,
some,
wait. Do you want to like set up like a time or like a place or like
He has to schedule his fornication.
where do you want to?
Oh, I appreciate.
Sorry,
listen, I appreciate it, sweet thing, but
Flex your wings, Lucio. Flex your wings.
Be cool.
I'll have to catch you another time. I gotta go kill some shit.
But I can catch you with these. And they pop out my wings and they start glowing. And I start doing this flex like.
He's kind of got you there.
It's tempting. It's tempting. And she like turns and kind of like heads off to.
Wow, she's just kind of like.
She takes like this like large like long sword and kind of like hoists it over her pauldron. And
These
kind of
fucking.
I'm sorry, Lucio.
They just play. They always play hard to get. I don't know what it is.
She was really given, and then she suddenly didn't want it.
Yeah.
yeah, and
sorry.
then she kind of like slaps Verity on the shoulder and it kind of like moves Verity's like.
Verity's getting more action than me this time around. I'm kind of jealous.
Verity looks at Lucio.
I'll see you around, Red.
See you around, Green.
Yeah, good one, Verity. Good comeback. Oh, you got her on the run now.
Yeah, and
I
then
mean,
she
'cause
walks off to kind of go back. It's just like an adventuring party kind of at the.
Lucio's
edge of the
now
guild.
become much more frustrated
Now,
and is just ready to leave. Puts his wings back just very slowly and solemnly.
so a timeline of last night. Yeah.
We just went from. Listen, I went from point A to point B, then to C, which is where we're at.
Wow. Very descriptive. Hey, I'm going to go take a nap. You guys wake me up when you guys are done talking about all this chit chat.
Am I boring you that much?
I'm just
He's not going to
No.
go take a nap.
He's gonna go
Jack's
follow.
like, no, you stay right here. I don't think these people would appreciate that.
What do you mean?
You're good. We're good.
By the
We
way,
need to figure out what we're doing next. You don't go anywhere.
I'm tired, man.
Your
And I just got
input-
rejected.
your
I can't
input
show my
is
face around
valid.
here.
Your input's valid.
I'm
You
embarrassed.
Park it.
You matter, Lucio.
Last time I checked, we were getting on a boat this afternoon.
do you think the investigation's done?
Go find out.
True.
What investigation? Oh, of the guy?
With the
Yeah.
navigator.
He said everything was going to be good. I expect everything to be good.
He's dead.
No, not him. Everybody else involved.
So you guys are heading off to kind of go to the harbor then.
I mean, it's like, what? 7:17 in the morning now?
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you want to do. You guys can figure out what
Did
you
you
want
want
to
to
do.
give us a rundown of like what happened?
I need some
Did you want to go murder someone's mother? That's what I felt like this might have been going. So you just let us know if that's
I don't think that would be the right thing.
great. I was on that side, but I was confused by
No, like
literally the whole conversation.
just a lot happened between the conversation with Ammar and I, and then it just escalated really quickly.
Basically, are you good to leave?
I got kicked out of my house. I have nowhere to go.
Great.
Oh, I was going to ask if you wanted to say bye to your mom before we head out.
That will not be happening. Unless you say it to her through the broken window.
That I went through.
What?
You either tell us what happened last night, or let's go down to the docks. Cause
On the way to the docks, Verity explains what happened, at least from
Awesome.
her house to present.
Nice.
Okay.
she leaves out the
So as you are guys
juicy
are
details.
heading to the harbor, Verity walks you through the events of the previous evening. As you reach the harbor, you see that the detective, the detective, the Kenku that you had seen before, is there with a few guards, kind of conversing, kind of at the edge of the docks. As you walk up, he looks over and says, "Oh yes, the adventurant. Hey, why don't you tell your buddies that we got this all figured out? We got the person, or well, I should say persons that murdered the guy on the boat, and we're about to make the arrest, and it's gonna be all good. You guys will be this boat will be heading out, and if it's all situated, we got it figured out."
Can I ask who was behind it?
Yeah, I guess the after the investigation with some of the crew members and the captain, they were asking some people, and they I guess a couple of guys on the boat had smuggled out some weapons from Bountifolia, and or at least that's where they said they were coming from, and some of the blades that they stole matched the wound that was inflicted on the navigator. So,
Oh,
That's good news. At least it's not, my, yeah.
what?
yep. Well,
Nothing.
I can confirm that the boat did come from Bountifolia because that's where we came from.
Well, that's good.
So
It's good detective work there with the adventurants. They're training their people right,
I'm not saying as an adventurant. I'm saying that
Oh,
as someone that
okay.
traveled on the boat.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, yeah. No, we got this all wrapped up.
Fantastic.
Good.
Where is the captain? We're trying to figure out the departure time.
Yeah, he's down there, and he points over, and you see the guards kind of taking two of the crew members kind of down this ramp that's leads up to the boat. Lukio, make a history check for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Can I give him guidance?
Sure.
Guide. Add a
Which-
D4.
Yes.
Add a D4. Any D4. Just one D4.
I'm gonna add my big one because it's very easy to see.
Big boy.
Above table, I feel really bad for the people who
Oh no!
You
Is
need
that
it.
History. History. History.
What'd you get?
9.
There's a lot of build up for
Thankfully enough, this isn't hard. You're given that
That's a
you're
low ass
you're-
DC.
You're not hungover. You're still kind of hungover. You'd eaten some food. You're kind of waking up a little bit. As he points over, kind of the group looks to see these two people that are being escorted off the boat. And they are the two people that you fished with on the boat.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey guys, we're coming back.
No, they're being taken away. They're being arrested.
Oh no. Bye guys. I hope we see you soon.
Lukio, they're being convicted of murder.
How could you come to that conclusion so quickly?
They
What do you mean?
Do you pay attention to anything anyone says ever?
It's all right. Hey, it was tough for us to figure out too for a while. But they're the guys that murdered the dude on the boat.
Oh my
the
gosh.
navigator.
Oh my god, I talked to him. I asked him questions.
And based on the history check that you made, you also fished with the people on the back of the boat that are now being arrested.
Man, this is why we can't have nice things.
I can't believe they killed him. For why?
And with that, we're going to end this episode for Off the Beaten Quest. Thank you so much for joining us here on this great conclusion to session 68. And as always, thank you, Pocketbard. Great ambience. I did a lot with it today. It was great. It was great intensity stuff. But we thank you guys for tuning in to Off the Beaten Quest. And you know what? We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.